Welcome back, everyone. It's Thursday, and you know what that means. It's Thursday. And we're also here with Broken Couch once again!
Ooh,
The whole
yeah.
gang's here this time, once again!
Ooh.
Everyone's a little exhausted, a little wormy.
Oh,
We're
shut
talking-
the fuck up.
It may not be that
Literally.
And I
appealing.
can tell
but-
you right now, all the discussion that we just had was Piper's fault.
I wish I didn't.
But it's okay.
Pardon for
Everyone
Wilbur.
else instigated it.
Worm eater.
Would never.
The loathsome worm eater.
It doesn't count when you drink.
The loathsome worm
Kinda worse
shitter.
in some way.
Don't point at her. She doesn't like it.
Oh yeah, we also have a special guest dog.
No.
Doggy.
Hello.
Hold on, full screen. Full screen for
Oh
it.
no, I got her. I got her. Her
Get that dog in me.
name is Abby.
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 She only has one eye.
But a
Yeah.
lot of
Yeah.
spirit.
Wait.
So much spirit.
So you spell Abby with A-B-B-I?
ABBY.
Okay, you said one I. Where's the girl?
She has one eye.
So,
Yeah,
last
Abby.
we left off, the gang had their usual dream visions, and catch you up to speed. Every time the party levels up, that will be happening a lot. So,
Dweems.
get
Shit.
used to that. Maybe
See,
not
James already told us we're going over level 20 in this campaign.
true, but I will say not every level you will have a dream sequence, but for a lot of them you will.
Except
Because
level 7. Fuck level 7.
yeah, no, level 7 doesn't get a dream sequence, even though I would absolutely have a dream sequence on level 7.
It's one of the bigger levels.
Yeah.
So anyway, after everyone had their dreams, came across their newfound powers, maybe even made some special deals that I wasn't expecting to make, but it ended up happening. And everyone getting to test a little bit more of their new latent abilities.
It's like going to a car dealership, like, I'm not gonna
And-
buy this car.
Even seeing some mysterious symbolism. Statue. Something quite interesting for our robot man. That he is now interrogating everyone about.
Where's the third leg?
Where's the third leg? Afterwards, they got up, had their breakfast and whatnot, and made their way down to Amaterasu's temple to activate their first landmark outside of Sidroka. And as
But
soon
on
as
the way,
on the way, I almost did forget. We ran into our old pal Gilgamesh, who accused a couple of our party members for being liars, as he did not
I
get
don't understand what he's saying.
as he did not get teleported like he said he might.
it's on him.
Went to charge at Mr. Verness specifically, and immediately tumbled off the bridge 100 feet down into the river.
I tried to save him, but
You did try
Fell.
to save him. He rolled in that one. And there's
He
no
was
saving
lost.
him on that.
and I also think I rolled a 4 on
You did
trying to
not-
get him.
Yeah, you did not roll very high to save
I'm not very dexterous.
Yeah, you're just kind of like, no, wait.
No.
Don't kill yourself. You're too sexy.
Shut the fuck up. And
Oh
then-
no, there you go.
But yes, afterward, they made their way to Amaterasu's temple. Beautiful sunbeams shining down, and very comfortably. It's not even that hot out, even though the sun looks glaring up in the sky. Fields of ripe golden wheat. And they met our dear friend Saran at the entrance, tending to what seemed to be a monument he had made for the temple and to Amaterasu herself. And with that, guided our party inside. And that's where we're gonna pick up. And everyone start with the perception check.
Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Hey. Got a 7.
So we got a 17, 12,
Wait, hold
an
on.
18.
I might throw on a guidance. Well, why not?
Okay.
Hey, so that's 21.
21.
21.
How do you roll
I
skill
got a
check?
19.
Oh, click on your character sheet, Matt. It should be under like the players, the actors.
Yeah.
Oh,
Once you have it open, click on perception, and then it should say like normal roll, disadvantage, advantage. Just click on normal.
Oh,
Yeah,
cool.
I think all your skills and stats are set. I'm pretty sure I at least did that for everyone.
Hey,
Yeah,
Man,
minus
all y'all-
160.
Everyone
Still
rolled
good.
pretty fucking well. Dan, did you?
Yeah, I technically rolled a 16.
16. All right, everyone rolled above a 15. Very nice.
What did you get, Piper?
She got 19.
Everyone's so fucking perceptive today.
Very
Something
good.
Yeah.
something has to go
Honest?
wrong.
Honestly,
Much
yeah.
drama.
I mean, maybe it's the sun really illuminating everything you're currently seeing. Maybe it's just because this place is so beautifully kept and everything looks pretty crystal clear.
that sun do be hitting.
Mm-hmm.
It tastes different.
Yeah. You
Sunny
notice
D?
on everyone's high roll, I'd say a little bit of every sense you would have kind of kicks in. Just the feel, more so for temperature. It feels a little bit magically like kept. It feels like there's some sort of aura radiating that keeps it from being like devastatingly hot. Just perfect enough for crops to be growing. And not burning everyone to a crisp. And you can hear just the sound of wind gusts just very lightly blowing through. Just jostling limbs of trees a bit. Can't really taste too much. There's not too much to taste in the air. But I will say, on a 19 for you, Aya, although you can't really taste anything, you smell what smells like something being baked with cherries.
Can I discern what kind of cherries? There are a lot of kinds of cherries.
And would I be able to help since I got a 21?
And also, he's the cook boy.
Sure. Let me totally not look up kinds of cherries.
There's black cherry,
There's Reynard cherries, which are my favorite.
black
Grace,
cherry.
I think.
That's the apple.
No, he's on his own.
Let him cook.
Although there is no Asia in this world, it is what is essentially an Asian cherry, like the ones off of cherry blossoms.
Mm.
And you do see there are actually a few of those trees around.
Yeah, and I look at Verness. I'm like, yeah, that's where that smell's coming from. It's those trees. points at the cherry tree.
I think I've used a couple dishes with those cherries, so who knows? Let's take a look. Why not?
Oh yes,
Shelly, I'm not French anymore. Cherry blossom tea is very good.
Oh, I could try to make a glass for all of you here soon after I give the tour. I've been learning how to make some pastries with them. They're my wife and children's favorite. So.
Camera turns to Aya. Her cheeks are full. She'll let you imagine what's in there.
Now you could have asked permission first, or at least say thank you. Not to me.
And she tries to tie them with her tongue. What role would I do for
That would be a performance. I would say sleight of hand, but it's not your hand, it's your tongue.
Sleight of
Thank
tongue.
No.
Oh, I'm about to write the Declaration of Independence with cherries.
You also have a plus 1d4 from Adam.
Yeah, I'm giving you guidance as I just kind of take a moment and see what you're trying to do. Hey, you got this.
Kill it.
Mm-hmm.
So +4 to that.
Plus
Slay.
1d4. So roll a d20 and a d4.
Alright, and then let me add my thingy. I have +5 to a 19.
Another 19. Yeah, you actually managed to successfully do the thing where you can tie the cherry stem.
And then I just go,
Oh.
it's like a little crane. And I'm like, ta-da!
Okay, I wasn't expecting an origami style. I was expecting just like a tied knot, but you know, rather impressive.
Thank you. I'm pretty fucking cool. She puts it in his like kimono pocket and pats it.
You did not ask if you could do that, and you know what? That's a little upsetting that you just something that you had very previously in your mouth into my pocket.
Don't worry, I
take a lot of care in this outfit while I'm here.
I can make more. Watch this. She's gonna put more in.
My dear Aya, I do not want any more. I would rather you just eat the cherries.
Please, gods.
I would rather you just eat the cherries, give back the cherry pits to the earth, and make more cherry trees.
Try again.
Yeah, it's like I fired and I missed, then fired again, then I missed 2 times.
So yeah, that's what your perception of taste gathers. I did not believe we went down that rabbit hole, but
Rabbit hole, I get it.
This rabbit.
I'm gonna fucking kill myself.
This rabbit's.
Oh wait, I laughed.
Thank you everyone for joining. That's all for us. I'll see you next week.
Well, James won't see you.
Do you guys want to start making out?
We're back on stream.
Oh no! Fuck!
Oh fuck!
Y'all threw me for a loop with that
Don't
whole
curse
bit.
in front of Abby.
It's okay, she likes it, see?
She likes. Aw.
Yeah, you get a very comforting sense in being in this whole area. Everything feels cozy. Like there's no immediate threat or danger in this area. Almost very well guarded.
And I love it here. Oh, this is good.
Trust it.
I do my...
I'm just gonna lean back and take in the sun.
Yes, I always found myself more on the side of the sunlight more than the moon, even though the moon has a lot of comfort stuff too. It's just a bit cold for my taste.
You know why it has half the comfort as it does during the day?
What's
Because
that?
it's a reflection of the sun. Because it reflects. Literally, the moon by itself.
Yes, no, the light of the sun reflects off the moon. That's why we could see the moon.
Yes, but
That's very fair. It brings several quite as a good source of comfort.
yeah, brings pretty sick waves too.
And Amaterasu's temple is very beautiful, and we do our best to make sure Tsukiyomi's observatory is just as well kept. And he guides you around a bit more. On the outskirts, there's not a whole lot to really see. I will say, but just the outside of your... God! Why?
It's Abby.
I think Abby might be.
That
shitting
Abby?
It's
Hold up.
Abby.
It's a really good photo.
Oh, your hand disappears.
Bro,
I know.
worm. Anyway,
But yeah. Not a whole lot on the outside. Mostly just there's a lot of cherry trees. There's a lot of fruit trees in general. A lot more, kind of close to the amount of cherry trees. There's a lot of peach trees. And plenty of apple trees, pears. About any fruit you can immediately think of that thrives in the sun. And Piper, I'll say on that 19, you also notice someone else who appears to be another groundskeeper for this place. Off tending some of the peach trees. And Saran's...
How far away are we from the... person.
Oh, only about 50 feet.
Run.
Hey,
Oh no.
keep up the good work.
You say that, and they look up from the tree, and you can see it. They look to be human, but you can notice what look to be canine ears.
Hey!
And they have a very silky, like, green kimono that looks a lot like Saran's, just green.
Hey, dog man, keep up the good work. This is really good
it's-
fruit.
It's dog
She spits
woman,
out a
actually,
bit.
but thank you.
Oh, my bad, girl. She spits out another peach pit. It's so good.
She begins
That
to
wasn't
walk.
very-
She begins to walk
Oh.
up the hill. Hello, my name is Isabella. I'm one of the groundskeepers here.
Wait a minute.
Hmm?
You wouldn't happen to own any stakes in the real estate business and/or the
Damn,
local
y'all caught on
economic-
Have we had a-
quick who I
have we had a
based this character
crossing?
on.
We had a
Have we had a
crossing.
crossing before?
Why do I keep hearing that? I have no context for this. I'm
Does
just.
she have
Did
a
they call
bell?
you-
Does she
did
have
they
a
call
bell
you-
in her hair?
You do
Do they
see
call you
that her.
Isabel?
She has. You do see that
Because-
she has a braid tied up with a little bell hanging off of it.
Because you Isabel.
Sure.
Look.
I just like the aesthetic.
Aya just slides a whole pear in her mouth and squints.
Oh God.
You know, it's typically better to not eat fruit in one whole bite.
Nah, she's chewing.
You don't get much juice though.
So you eat the pear in one whole bite, right?
No, she just is like chewing the whole pear in her mouth.
Hair or Pete?
I think
I've been hearing,
she said there's both, but
Okay.
Isabella's been tending to the peach trees.
Well, yeah, Aya's already had like 5 peaches. It's pear time.
You're gonna get full on fruit alone. You're gonna have like a major sugar crash. You gotta slow it down.
Let her live. She'll be fine.
Yeah,
Okay.
she says through
That's
the
I mean,
pear.
There's plenty
She
to go
says through the
around,
pear.
so do help yourself. Just don't chop them down.
There's a beehive in them, and they will
They
fucking
will
kill you.
chase you. There are
And they're
straight
gonna
up.
play a sick
there's-
bongo beat
Yeah,
as you're chasing you.
they're bees, so we should take care of them. But they will fuck you up if you try to take their home.
They
Good-
actually
to
changed it
know.
to wasps after Wild World because
Yeah,
it
well,
had connotation.
that's also
Because
true.
bees are endangered.
Oh.
These wasps.
Well, if we happen to see any wasp nests, we absolutely burn the shit out of them. We take them out of the tree and then burn the shit out of them.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Wasps are good for nothing.
Yeah, wasps can go away.
There are any wasps.
Yeah, you
Wasps.
fucking hear me, wasps? I'm
And don't
fucking
even get
coming
me
for your ass.
started on Hornet. Japanese Hornet, like the giant Hornet.
Whoa.
Bro, can't stand them.
Isabella, trying to get everyone back on track. Are you all friends of Saran then?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Friend's a strong word.
Well, some of us go way back with them. Others, not so much.
You know, yeah, I'm kind of clocking everyone's vibe. I'm pretty cool with everyone. That one I'm a little concerned about. Looking at Cynthia.
Should also be really concerned about that one, pointing. Pioneer.
Yeah, I've never really seen anything like him.
You're probably not gonna see anything like him ever again in your life, but yeah, we'll see.
I mean, Dan's not here to play his actual character, so...
I just imagine he's in sentry mode, just
Yeah. Yeah, he's straight up just, like, looking at everyone's, like, midsection. Specifically down toward their waist. But to everyone else, it just kind of looks like he's staring at the floor.
bear with him if he starts asking about a third leg. Anyway,
Okay then.
Yeah, he's been learning a lot, apparently. But yeah, nonetheless, it's nice to meet you, Isabel. Sure.
Good
Didn't
meet
mean
you
to
as well.
interrupt.
No worries at all. Please enjoy your stay and may you walk in the light of the sun.
Got it.
Uh,
You
And
too.
tiramisu to you two. I proceeds to go to
That's-
the oranges.
That's hey, for real? That's straight up a type of cake.
No.
Tiramisu?
You go like this, and you say tiramisu, and then you bow.
Okay. She
She's
just walks
peeling.
off.
She's peeling the. Aya's peeling the orange with her teeth, with her rabbit teeth, and just turning it like corn, and then.
You know, I was going to invite all of you for lunch, so maybe you want to slow down a little bit.
Oh, I could eat. She's Granny Smith right in the mouth.
Okay.
I think Hera and Dawn have 4 stomachs.
I actually don't know. There's. Let me look up a Harengon's appetite because their preferred food style is sweets.
Oh, that's cool.
That's a good thing you
I'm
came here,
impressed.
then. Getting a lot better at baking myself now these days, so. But yes, how about we walk inside?
Alright.
And you got a 21 total on your perception check, right, Adam? You noticed something that, oddly enough, it feels like you would have noticed a bit before. At the entrance, across from where that little crystal sculpture is, there appears to be a bush. Like a nicely trimmed hedge bush, but it looks like it's made of ink and paper.
I'm gonna go up to it. Why not?
Okay. You walk up to it, and yeah, honestly, if you look on the map at the temple, there is a little bush that represents that.
All right. Well-
And if you want to, you can roll a nature or religion check.
Taking a look at this thing. I'm gonna give myself guidance on it as well. Probably a good thing.
Yeah.
Oh God, still
All right.
terrible. They,
Man, someone must be doing some mad paper mache out here.
man, doing
Uh,
cherry origami and then bush paper. I mean, what is this? Just-
do you point it out?
Yeah.
Oh, that. That's actually quite interesting. That has a bit to do with the history of Amaterasu herself. She is a creation bard. And, she tends to make stuff out of traditional, like, calligraphy artwork.
Okay. Is this one of her pieces?
I
They have-
believe so. I've tried to do it myself. I'm still not quite great at it, but I'm working away at it. I'm more so attuned to this kind of crafting.
As
What?
I take a random thing of fruit.
I love how everyone
Like,
is
literally.
just actually picking fruit. No one's gonna say anything. There's plenty to go around.
What I mean, what all like? I want to see what else we have other than the pears, peach,
There's
cherries.
cherries.
It's all the Animal Crossing fruit. So apple, pear, orange, peaches, and then Animal Crossing does have bananas and coconuts.
There are
this
no coconuts. I will say
Yeah,
that.
this is not a coastal thing, so you can exclude bananas and coconuts. Cherries.
Dang
There
it!
are lemons though.
I would have taken a banana, but it is.
Sorry, we've tried. They just don't thrive here.
It's all good. As I take a lemon and just start eating it.
Yeah, I was about to say. You guys know the Hatsune Miku audio where it's like, lemon! And then she eats it and screams. That's what happens when Aya tries to do that.
You do not see Verness flinch whatsoever as he just grinds into the rind and the pulp.
Honestly, Saran doesn't look surprised. He knows how much of an adept cook you are, and he says, you know, not very shocked in the slightest. Still.
Not a lot of people go for them. I don't know why.
I mean, they're good for you. They burn a lot of fat, help burn calories. Help expand your stomach if you mix it with water. Helps keep food down longer.
And also, if you mix that water and lemon with honey, keep the pulp in the inside, get it nice and hot, it's a pretty good mixture. Especially if you got a sore throat.
I'll have to try that. Sounds
Yeah.
rather nice. Yeah, and at this point he will walk you all in, and immediately it's similar cozy vibes on the inside, but when you get inside, it's definitely a temple, but not necessarily like a church temple. There's a lot of rooms, and seemingly a lot of artwork. Like all along the walls, similar to that calligraphy style he was talking about, but these are full paintings.
Huh.
And anyone that wants to can make a history or religion check.
I'll do religion.
Nice.
22.
I don't think I will fare well.
Okay.
12.
We got a 12, we got a 22 from Melkai. And I'm not even gonna roll for Pioneer.
This music's bopping. I gotta say.
Play Okami for the love of God.
Okami?
Yes.
Yeah, Okami's one of my favorite games.
It's, yeah. That side tangent, I'm a bitch. I cry at a lot of stuff, but a lot of stuff I grew up with, I'm like, I don't cry at it anymore. That one will kill me. Like, this whole soundtrack kills me every time. I'll be fucking 70 and near my fucking coffin, and I'll be fucking crying at this game.
Oh.
Yeah, really good. Play it. It's so good.
Okay.
It's on Switch. I
I'm
think it
definitely
originated on the Wii, didn't it, James?
No, PS2.
PS2.
It got big on the Wii though. It fucking
Yeah, see, that was my first iteration of it. I played that game every time my sister went to bed, and I had to play it with the sound off. So it took me years. Oh, I know, but my sister would have woken up.
That's true. But yeah. And I will say, basically, Milka really got it. But everyone can really see that these appear to be portraying either historical events of some kind or figures of note. Melkai, you've been in here before.
Oh yeah.
There's definitely a bit more to it than the last time you remember, and it looks like a lot of the tiling and like just the decor on the walls have been updated.
Cool.
It looks more well kept, more true to the colors that Amaterasu is depicted in. You notice one painting in particular. It is of a white wolf with crimson red markings all throughout its body. Going up...
Could this be in reference to?
I wonder. Going up to what appears to be an 8-headed serpent.
Okay.
And you actually get... You remember a little bit back. This one has been here. You remember this one from 300 years ago. You remember this as it was called the Battle of Orochi.
Luckily, I played For Honor, so I know how to spell Orochi.
Good.
I was literally waiting like, all right, what answer is he gonna say? Is he gonna say Okami or is he gonna say Naruto?
Yeah, it's either For Honor or Naruto for me, because
It's actually the Battle at the Tenchi Bridge is the one you're thinking of.
True. But yeah.
But
That's out there.
and do I know a lot about that battle?
Oh, there's another dog.
Yeah,
hello,
it's,
other dogs.
Hey, buddy.
Oh, there's two other dogs.
Yeah, that is
Hello,
Atlas,
baby boy. And then my stink goblin.
Maya.
She's the one who had worms.
Yeah, he's the worm one.
No, not back to the worm conversation.
The loathsome worm eater.
Atlas is the fart box, and Maya is the worm baby.
Oh, good. You remember, it was a battle against a basically indestructible opponent who was like very magically adept, but with a very well, like, wholly purified sake, managed to get it completely drunk and chop all 8 heads off of it.
That's some Greek stuff right there. Hold up.
And you, remembering that bit, you actually look over on the on the other side of that painting, and there's a warrior holding a great sword, caked in some of the blood, where the bottom of it just looks like a pure wooden sword, but towards the top it turns gold.
Do I know what that weapon is? And did I see our friend who's at the bottom of the fucking bridge drowning have it?
Okay, I will say off the bat, no, Gilgamesh did not have whatever this was. And
Cool.
the warrior does not look like Gilgamesh.
Gotcha.
He actually has like similar attire to what some of Yuehashi's troop wore during the War of the Bloodstones. Very samurai armor.
Okay.
But you do
That's good. That's it.
do what?
Nothing. That was just for Jack.
Okay.
What'd you say?
I said that's Gosetsu. 14.
I think you're close. It's actually Susanoo.
Oh,
Well,
the moon.
same expansion.
The warrior Susanoo with his blade Tsurugi.
Susanoo.
Susanoo. I do love. I fell off Naruto for a bit, and then after playing Okami, I'm like, oh, I get a lot more of these references now.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, there's a lot of Shinto religion in Naruto.
Absolutely, yeah. And there's a lot of Shinto stuff. I mean, the whole narrative of Okami is just that. It's Shinto like legends. It's really
Okay.
good.
Well, I will definitely look at it.
Yeah. It's also a Zelda-like, if that helps.
Yes, I do like Zelda. I need to play more of Breath of the Wild. 'Cause-
Yeah.
Well, hey, the first official game where you get to play as Zelda is coming out.
That's true.
You gotta be kidding me. Wow.
The
Not
first
the CDI
offic-
games.
Yeah, the first official one. Made by Nintendo. Not the one that's licensed by Nintendo.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what you remember seeing that, Melkai.
I take a mental note of it.
Mhm.
So, at least some stuff doesn't change.
Oh yes, try to preserve a lot of these as much as we can. This is one of the more famous artworks depicting her history. And
What's the name of the guy we're talking to right now, by the way? Just make sure I have it.
oh, who's guiding you?
Yeah,
Saran.
Saran. Yeah.
Your friend from the Forge.
Yeah, the dude that helps us teleport.
Oh yeah. And he continues and says, actually, yes, a lot of the holy sites that you all will be traveling to each have their own thing that the overseers tend to prefer either in this world or the world they came from. Amaterasu was an artist in one of her previous worlds, and she traveled around with an artist warrior who she had been familiar with at one point, and then throughout their journey managed to re-invoke that skill. And due to such, she is both crafted in the ways of traditional art, but also using that art for very powerful elemental purposes. And a lot of the artworks here are from that.
Do I remember what was at Azura's temple?
Make a straight history check. I will not say advantage on this one.
No.
Ooh, that hurts.
Ooh.
It's odd. You've been there before. You know you have. That's no question on that.
Can I assist him? With
I'm
that?
gonna say no because you have not been to Asura's fortress at all.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, something is blocking a bit of that out. You can't really put your finger on it.
I'll take myself away from the conversation and go through my dogma again. Just go.
I'm gonna have Saran roll an insight real quick.
Take a look over it. That's a big book.
Everything okay there, Melkai?
Yeah, just thinking of something. Trying to remember something.
Well, memory is
That's
a tricky
his thinking
thing.
face.
Yeah, where he's just fiddling with his lip.
That's his stinky face.
Just go.
His face is stinky.
guys, calm down. I can figure out the solution.
Oh my god, he's got it.
Oh my god, we're good, guys. Pack it up, fellas. We're going home.
Must be a more important memory if you're having to resort to your dogma.
It's a memory. It's something that I didn't think I would ever forget, but me forgetting is just making me question my faith.
Well, if it does help, I can at least say memory is a tricky thing. And it's come to light more than once on the travels I've been in that in some way it's easy to manipulate memory.
What does that mean?
Could be a curse, is what I'm saying.
I
Or
don't believe I'm cursed.
or maybe not
Azura
some.
wouldn't let me be cursed, right?
Don't believe so. This may... Out of curiosity, do you know the manner of why you were resurrected?
About that.
So I have some bad news for everyone. I didn't want this to come up so early, but I don't think Azura was the one that I got resurrected by.
Oh.
It might be the crystal, or it could be something else, and I'm not a fan of it.
Maybe fate, yeah?
Well, fate can kiss my ass.
I mean, if
Ain't
fate
that the truth,
deems it
brother?
so. That's funny.
Lights up
That's-
a cigarette. Boy, I'll tell ya.
No smoking in the temple!
Alright, putting it away for later.
Yeah, fate's a funny thing, man.
Yes, you'll find that while it has the design of the world in store, fate is quite a cruel bitch.
Yeah.
As long as fate stays away from me friends and my belief, I think I'll be fine.
Look at where
Make
we're
it-
at.
Make an insight
I was
check as you
just-
say
I was
that,
just-
Melkai.
I was just gonna say, all of those things I think are being directly affected by faith.
That one?
You are in total denial.
Wow.
You are in 100% denial.
Wow.
And you're in so much denial, you've gaslit yourself into thinking, no, this is natural. I resurrected naturally. There's no fate about
This
this.
is just what happens, guys. Come on.
And now I want everyone else to make an insight or a perception check real quick. Oh my
Good thing.
fucking god, that was
Both of those
so
are-
That
fucking
is
funny.
hilarious.
It's crazy how that will beat it.
I really hoped Matt would also get a nat one.
I was hoping for it. Can
Yeah.
I roll a disadvantage?
I'll let you roll a disadvantage, sure.
Aya's gonna use a luck
Can
point.
I do a performance check? Can I do a performance check? To like.
I'm
or,
gonna
like,
say you don't need to. They're not rolling for insight on you.
Okay.
Okay,
I
6.
got a 16.
Okay, I'm gonna cover Cynthia first. Cynthia, you don't care. You never had any mind as to what fate was about, so you're probably like, yeah, fate. Honestly, fuck fate.
Yo.
Fuck that shit.
Is this
Mr.
perception
Vanessa-
or insight?
Insight. Mr.
I got a
Vanessa.
22.
Okay, we'll get to that.
Very nice.
Mr. Vanessa, you look over to Saran, and Saran, upon hearing that come out of Melkai's mouth, is like, you can look and see it on his face like, oh, you poor soul, this is not gonna end well for you. Whatever's waiting at the end of this journey's not gonna end well for you.
Oh, buddy, you got a lot of realization coming your way.
I was gonna say,
300 years ago, we didn't have fate.
It's gonna hit you like a truck.
back 300 years ago, we did not have fate.
Fate's this new fucking thing.
and
that the
honestly-
liberals.
On a 16 insight, you do a little bit on yourself, Mr. Vanessa, and you're like, no, I know fate. Fate's a bitch.
Yeah, fate sucks. It's you kind of have to adhere to it sometimes. Sometimes you can warp it, but I don't know. It's just one of those things where, after 2 wars, I think fate is a thing.
Well, technically, if we want to count this as a third.
Yeah.
Isn't blaming fate just making excuses for yourself?
No,
See,
not
I
at all.
no, she's got a little bit of a point in that.
I respect
The way
that.
the way I see it, fate, by its definition, set in stone. We don't know what set in stone is, so why should we let that thought control us?
That's why I'm
Make a
gonna-
good point.
Just
That's why
looking
I'm gonna
over
keep
and
on
look.
Holding hands.
Yeah.
Holding hands.
See, he's happy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and just like shake Cynthia's hand, like that's what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Saran does look at you, Milka, and say, well, I will not give any of my opinions on what I might think of fate in your particular case. But I will say this. Don't let it control your thought process.
It won't. The
Very
only thing
good.
that's gonna control my thought process is me, possibly Azura,
Exactly.
and my instincts if they come over.
Precisely.
I just hope we don't come across an enchantment mage. I had a really tough time with that at one.
What do
That-
they do?
They made me do things, cook
I'm
things I didn't want.
They made me make
hey,
a chip Alfredo
hey,
without the shrimp.
Mr. Vanessa, straight up, I have some bad news for you.
Yeah.
You're not gonna like when you meet Seam.
I think I will.
Oh yeah.
I thought the cook-off was gonna be your biggest thing.
Well, at least there's not a risk of dying. It's just that they
The
might
Ron?
enchant the food. What?
Saran.
Mm-hmm.
Who is he? Who are they? What's the deal?
We know about Zine.
You know,
Yeah,
Zine.
I told you about
I mean,
Seam.
Oh, we do.
Yeah, He-
A little bit. He was
he's
the Dark Lord that sundered, what's his name?
Aeon. Yeah, he's the one that kickstarted the event.
Gotcha.
the big bad from 7 years ago was Lucian, but Zeem started everything. So everything that happened 7 years ago was entirely that man's fault for starting it.
Yeah.
And he, unfortunately, is somehow still alive.
Yeah.
And unlike Emperor Palpatine, there is a reason why he's alive. You
There
just
was
had
a
to
reason.
Zeem returned.
Our worst things, our worst fears
somehow
have been
Zeem
realized.
returned.
Somehow Zeem
Zeem
returned. And they fly now.
And you had to play Fortnite to figure out why. Can you elaborate on that? I won't.
No.
No.
I can, but I won't.
Alright, before I forget, Melkai, I actually do need you to roll a performance check to hold your deception. Or no, it would be a deception check. So.
Can I get a guidance from you, Adam?
Yeah, what are you doing?
Would you? I don't know. Would you help Melkai hide his denial?
I don't know if I would actively know that he was trying to deny something.
Please.
Aya, on that 22 insight check, Melkai is in heavy denial that he was just brought back and somehow normally. You know for a fact he wasn't just brought back to be brought back.
People just like my personality. It's crazy.
Now what you do with that information, that's up to you.
Hey
Nah.
man, I wish we could party with Melkai again. Wait a second. I just had a crazy idea.
I just imagine just little flashlights going through the burial mounds. Come on! Go get him!
Which guy's the cool one? Well, we brought Yuihashi back, and look at that guy. He's going to kill some people. Don't know what that's about.
Gosh.
I was gonna roll
Melkai,
insight
that's a
for
partier.
Pioneer. I was gonna roll insight for Pioneer, but he rolled a 2, so
Fitting.
yeah. He's he's honestly looking at the paintings to see if anyone has a third leg.
Yeah.
He sees one with 8 heads. Is like, are those considered legs?
8 legs. 8 legs.
The chosen.
The chosen one.
He's gonna freak out when he sees that one iPhone painting.
Are we talking about like the guy eating his son?
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
What was that piece called? What was that piece called again?
I don't remember the name of it.
It was Saturn eating sun.
Saturn devouring his son or Saturn devouring his children.
Yeah. Yeah, he kind of missed a crumb, and then
I believe.
Jupiter just happened to not miss it. But
Anyway, back on track. We went on a fucking tangent.
art.
Yes. Huh?
Art.
Art. Yeah. A lot of art in here. Also, oddly enough, now that you're looking at it more, there is a lot of flora and fauna. Or just a lot of flora in here. There's a couple of, like, small critters running around, it feels like. And then just out of the corner of your eye, you swear they disappear magically.
Used to that.
Seems like you guys have some magic infestation.
What is
I
this?
know.
What is this voice you're throwing at me?
Nothing. It's just something I heard back in the day. Whenever someone had like a bug infestation, they had like these
Magical termites. Yes. We almost had a problem with them in the forge. They're quite a pain in the ass.
Sorry, it was the thing that came to my mind when I saw them disappearing.
I reached into someplace deep with that one.
I'm not gonna lie with you. It was something that you know, one of those funny jokes that just come back in your mind. I just remember one of those commercials.
Oh yes, of course. He guides you up the stairs. It's about what looks to be like a 3-story temple here. And on the first level, you see a lot just of paintings in general of that calligraphy style. On the second one, you see what looks to be a mural. And anyone that wants to can make another history or religion check.
I'm all about that religion, baby.
Why not? I'll do religion too.
Alright.
rolling well on these dice.
You can always bring back your
Hey.
All right, hell yeah.
22.
You can always do manual if you have them. I don't know if you brought them, Matt.
I didn't bring them.
All right, you're gonna have to stick with the online one.
Yeah.
On a 14, I will say you notice that the mural, it wraps all the way around the room. Just like one giant, beautifully made mural of that same calligraphy art style. You don't really see too much past that. Melkai, on an 18, what you're able to gather is that it's not entirely one cohesive story. Around the middle point, it starts like at the door on your right, and it meets in the middle. On the right side, you see the same depiction of that wolf with red stripes. On the left, you see a journey of what you know to be like this world's depiction of Amaterasu. The beautiful, very light blonde-haired, platinum blonde-haired woman. And Mr. Vaness, you absolutely see that as well, and you see actually where they converge. There is what looks to be a very interesting design of the sun. It's completely red, unlike, the big ball of yellow light in the sky.
Yeah.
And it has just like a fire-like design made out of that same calligraphy. And you look a little bit past that, and then there's also a moon inside of it as well. It's a crescent-shaped moon. And on that, you see where it connects in the middle. Directly under that sun depiction, the white wolf with the red stripes. Oddly enough, even more red stripes, as you notice as it went through its journey, it got more and more. And as soon as it meets to that middle point, on the direct other side is the human depiction of Amaterasu, seemingly walking the other way. And around, the final detail you will see around that sun is 11 stars.
11.
And if you want to, you could roll either another history or religion check, and I'll let you do this one at advantage.
All right. Let's do it. Do it to it. Okay, 16.
You're not sure if there's any other significance to it other than the fact that there are 13 overseers, and both the sun and the moon are represented in one of that giant sun mural.
Mm-hmm.
So, probably stands to reason the 11 stars are the other overseers.
Yeah.
Yes, this is, basically, if you wanted to know the entire history, it's here. At least of Amaterasu's journey.
Yeah. Well, this is good. Having a little bit more of a glimpse into the world. Just kind of taking a moment and taking it in. Thinking about his time with Enos and what he's told him. Just picturing a little bit more of a glimpse in there.
Yeah, make a perception real quick.
Sure.
And of course, you don't have to clarify, you do have guidance for all these you want. You're out of combat,
Yeah.
so.
Yeah, and I've been rolling that with them.
I gotcha. 17. Not too hard to notice, and, you all are alone with Saran in this moment. There's no other eyes that can really see it. You see all of your crystals reacting again. more subtle for some than others. Yours, the whole time you've known and been looking at it, it's been that terrarium with the starry night sky. This one, you can now see the light shifts. I just saw the Mio bottle in
It's
your
a
hand.
Mio.
Yeah, it's a Mio bottle.
Huh.
You see, instead of that starry night sky, it is actually a beautiful orange sunset.
That's cool.
Honestly,
that's about when I want to die. During sunset.
When you want...
Why are we talking about death?
I don't know. I just thought about it.
At the ripe
You
age
don't
of
think you're
30.
gonna make it out of this?
No, I think I'm gonna be fine. As I just don't say anything else.
You know,
after
I
that.
mean...
I plan on dying at the ripe age of 35, as Aya just downs another apple and spits out the core.
Guys, I want you to know, when you die, it's most likely you'll be brought back like I was.
God, I hope not.
I just give him a stare real quick.
With Aya's roll for perception, she'd be like, I don't think I will.
Have
Yeah.
more faith in yourself.
They
You
say
definitely
the
deserve
first
it.
person that'll live to be 150 is already alive. God, how I pity them.
Saran,
I'm gonna have-
hearing some of this, like, okay, there's a lot to unpack with all these comments you've just made. 35? You want to die at 35?
I technically died at 29. Or
Yeah.
28.
Yeah, but
Paragon lived to be 100.
yes.
Damn.
Most
That's a good-
most mortals on this planet live to be 100 unless you're a dwarf or an elf.
And that's
Well, I
what,
mean,
by the time I'm 35, all the littles will be out of the house. They won't
And
need
that's
me.
when you'll die.
That's when I'll die.
Well, I mean,
agree.
it's your life.
I think some of you should see therapists.
Funny
Aya's
enough,
like,
the grave didn't have any.
What were you saying, Jack?
So funny enough, my grave didn't have any.
Yeah, you didn't
Yeah,
have a
funny
chance. You went
funny
to
enough, my
war
mom
in your
just told me-
lifetime, so...
Sorry, I wasn't buried next to a psychiatrist.
I'll aim for that
Man,
next time.
You
My
were
mom
buried
just
next to your
told me to
personal
drink more water.
psychiatrist.
I don't want to put that burden on my best friend.
He's dead too.
My mom just
Yeah, you
told me
can talk
drink
to each
more
other in the
water.
afterlife.
Yeah, that's fair.
What were you saying, Piper? I'm sorry.
My mom said I just needed to drink more water and smile more.
How far did that get you?
Oh boy.
I'm
My
20.
teachers just told me to stand up more straight.
Did you?
Yeah, look where it got me.
Cynthia currently hunched over.
Yeah.
And then Aya starts laughing. She's like, "Yeah, you're gay as hell."
Okay.
I mean,
So I'm gonna circle back to Mr. Vanessa real quick.
Yeah.
Typically, a sunset's pretty comforting for people. Why does it make you want to? Why does it make you feel like death?
No,
Why
I
wouldn't you
just
wanna
I feel like
die
it'd be a
in
nice
comfortable
way.
setting?
Yeah,
Oh, you know what? That's true.
that's what I mean. Yeah,
okay.
like
You made it. The way you presented it made you feel like, oh man, I fucking crave death right now.
That's kind of what
Oh.
I took as well.
eventually I'm gonna crave it, but at the same time, right now I'm good.
It's not in the souffle right now.
It's not in the souffle, and eventually I will be making some top of the line dishes up in the heaven, or in the hells. Maybe both. I could just go to each different
You
spot.
are a
Who knows?
tiefling, so it'll probably be the hells.
That'd be
Actually,
nice.
not
That's not
exactly.
that bad.
Actually, not exactly how that works.
Your idea of hell, Mr. Burness, would just be a bunch of like.
Do you really
Or a
want to?
priest.
Only salt and pepper spices.
Not exactly,
Yeah, you only
but
have salt and pepper
Get
and a
that pep
waffle
off
maker. You only have salt and pepper and a waffle maker, and that's Burness's hell.
god. And the chicken is just so dry after
No,
it's cooked.
They only
It's just no moisture
they
whatsoever.
only gave you a microwaved and pre-cooked chicken.
They gave you the Lunchable, not Lunchables, but the Kid Cuisine food.
Like literally
Sweet
pre-packed
tooth,
foods
cold
that I
pan
didn't
chicken.
make at all. Oh, that'd be terrible. No matter where you are, I'm gonna find a way to make sure that there's no place where that happens. And if I catch anyone making, like, you know, those pre-made meal bullshit things,
All
I
right,
think I may just kill them.
All right, Grandpa, let's take your medicine.
All right, Gramps, time to go back to the home.
Okay.
All right, let's
hey,
get you
hey.
back to the
I was
home.
in 2,
I'm
3
telling you,
wars.
it's a conspiracy. But anyway, but no, just I feel like watching sunset, feeling
Yeah.
it on my face. It'd be a good way to go.
A lot of us are already talking about death, and I think this journey just fucking started.
Yeah, you gotta give it like.
It's important to talk about it early.
I guess.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
I
if
would
the
like to
journey
prove-
ends me,
I would like to preface Aya absolutely does not want to die at 35. She just doesn't really. She, you know,
Yeah.
of all her siblings, she is statistically probably the one that's going to die first.
yeah.
She's the oldest.
Yeah, and she doesn't even have health insurance.
You don't need health insurance.
What
the
You
fuck is
straight
health
up,
insurance?
straight up, you don't need
Yeah.
health insurance in this world.
Tell that to my physician younger sibling.
I can. You don't.
It's like ordering like a chicken sandwich. You just go, my leg's broken. Here's $8. Thanks.
It's like ordering a pie, figuring out it has no filling.
Oh.
So this is an interesting floor of where the history of one overcoming darkness came about. And I'm glad it brought comfort to all of you and didn't make you think of death.
Oh, it made us think of death, but just more so its sweet embrace rather than the cold void.
Oh boy.
Do you guys want to
Death
know
is
what
the
happens
most
when you die?
important Part of life.
I'd like to.
There's a lot to unpack here.
We'll talk about it later.
Yeah, that
Uh,
sounds good. We'll have like tea over it or something like that. I don't know.
Oh,
I got cigars too.
Oh, I haven't had those in forever.
Milk Guy.
Hello.
You notice on your crystal,
Oh boy.
that gray void that it depicts, there's a bit of a golden glow to it. And, make me a perception roll as well, real quick.
I'm so perceivable,
You perceive me, right?
right?
Nope.
17.
17. It's odd, you didn't see it before, but there are two stars that are staying directly in place, like another teeny tiny star-cut gemstone. One
Frostwalkers, these gay-ass twerps.
one completely like a dark purple color, and another a pretty bright ruby red color. And as you notice it on yours, you actually see it on Mr. Vanessa's as well. And then you look over to Pioneer, who's just absent-mindedly holding his.
Just going.
And you see it on his as well. And then you notice it's on everyone's.
Hey, do you guys see these stars? Looks like we all have them.
Does?
Yeah. One's dark purple. They're all both at fixed places, it seems. One's dark purple, one's ruby red.
I assume they're different colors for each of us.
Nope.
I wonder. Don't know what the dark purple and ruby red could signify. But
I mean, thinking back to the mural,
the ruby red could be,
could be the wolf. The other one could be the human personification. No, I don't know.
Saran is looking
It's
at.
kind of my color in Russ Road, where a lot of reds.
Mr. Verness, Saran looks at you and says, "May I take a look?"
Yeah. Here.
He rolled a nat 20, so.
Hey, nice. Get it?
No, that's interesting. One of Amaterasu's primary colors is red. Purple, definitely not.
Which god has a primary color of purple?
Next door.
Well,
Is that
also,
Tsukiyomi?
potentially.
Tsukiyomi?
You all were just at the castle in Sidroka as well, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
That is where,
Oh!
that is where Sorella's holy site is.
Oh, that's cool. So it's pinging off everywhere we've been.
By the looks of it, yes.
So at that point, the more we go through and get the different color stars at fixed places, I wonder if this could be used almost as a map of sorts.
Yeah.
As well.
Or maybe we just gotta catch them all.
Maybe it'll make
Maybe
us
a little-
air in a constellation.
Potentially. Like a bit of column A, B, and C, perhaps.
So we possibly have to catch them all. All right.
We gotta catch them all.
I mean, there's 13, and you've already crossed 2, so.
This is getting pretty
Making
easy.
progress.
I think we're gonna have a hurdle in our way soon.
That's always. There's a lot of perilous ones to get to, I will say that.
Oh, I know, Asura's Fortress will be fun.
Asura's is hardest by nature.
It's on the other side of the country, so we won't be getting to that no matter which way we go.
I mean, it's closer than some of the other places we got. I mean,
It is all dependent on where you go, and
Radiana would probably be the last
we were-
one we get.
Yeah, we were planning on going north around through Sidroka.
that's true.
so it is
Well,
very
I mean-
likely.
Probably one of the last ones.
I mean, that's okay. We can save it for later. Yeah. I mean, all the other ones, should be pretty easy to tie. And if
Hopefully
not, we'll deal with it.
True enough.
We'll kill whoever we need to kill.
I don't think many
Yeah.
would be standing in your way of holy sites. I think the only one you would find adversity in is Alexander's temple, unfortunately.
And Gilgamesh.
Well,
He's at the bottom of a fucking bridge.
For now.
I wish we could cross the
now.
bridge before he swims back up.
Yeah,
we do
well-
the Home Alone thing, just drop a brick. It's like,
to be fair, I don't know if he begins to know where to look for you all, so.
well,
I think
it's
you
more
would
the
just-
sense of, I'm surprised he called us liars. I genuinely don't know what he means.
Maybe Lucas, dipped and he wasn't there. And just because he couldn't see him there, he thought we were lying.
I feel like that's a crazy assumption.
I think so too. Yeah. Anyway.
Questions for another day. Very well. If you'll follow me. The last spot.
Is my crystal still the, terrarium kind of like Mr. Verness's, or has it gotten cloudy again?
It's cloudy again. But you do.
It was just when I put it close to the...
Interestingly, yes. At the Pearl of Darkness, it was a very, visible different reaction.
Yeah.
It has gone back to, that cloudy, void, abyss-looking thing. But you notice, unlike usual, there's a small golden light that's trying to cut through it, it feels like.
That'll get snuffed out soon enough.
Oh, I like that.
Oh, yours is barely. Mine's glowing pretty brightly.
I did say a soft golden glow on yours.
A soft golden glow. Huh.
Yeah, what's the glow on mine? What's it looking like?
A sunset.
Yeah, that sunset. Honestly, hope it stays this way as I just kind of keep it to my side.
They're very reactionary toward certain sites. It could be very well on where you're at any given moment.
That's. Who knows? Maybe we could have a beach party day. That'd be
A beach
Nice.
episode.
We're gonna have a beach episode.
You gotta earn a beach episode.
Yeah, we're not there yet. We earned that hot spa episode.
the volleyball like tournament. I can only imagine it now.
Yeah.
Verness coming in with the pan, just you coming in with the
We'll
dogma.
have the beach episode when we get to Poseidon's museum.
Ooh, hey, there we go.
You can be my wingman any day. Yeah.
You be mine.
But you all, Saran guides you up to the last room, and this one's more of a spherical dome-like room, with just like a large window at the top, but oddly enough, the sun isn't really like magnifying like it would just in a pure glass room. It's softened a bit.
You got
And-
tinted windows here.
Oh yes.
Nice.
Even if it is trying to
They have an ND filter over all the windows.
even if it is, of course, a place to worship the aspect of the sun, still not a great idea to just put purely clear glass into one
They
point.
have fires.
Yeah, that's how fires start. That's just how fires start, through glass.
You'd be really surprised how many temples burned down back in the day because of that.
It was kind of a problem when they first started everything.
They thought it did look nice for the couple of weeks it was up.
Yeah,
I mean,
but
if
on
the
That's why fortune tellers have like closed off dark tents.
Oh yeah, because the crystal ball, like, yeah, that would go
burn
nuts.
Down their business.
Exactly.
Huh.
You ever heard of a disco?
No.
All right.
Can't say that I have.
You know, thinking about it now, just
Disco died in the last 300 years.
That's how I was going
No,
with hopefully.
Disco died exactly 2 years after Melkai died.
Disco died with Melkai.
He was the
Disco,
last.
no!
Oh goodness me. Everyone who wants to, give me one last religion or history check.
Sure.
I'm religious,
Surely
baby.
this one can't be bad
This whole-
too.
This
All
whole
right.
glass conversation has really made Verness think about making a glass igniting grill. I feel like just one day open the shutters, let it fire up. Yeah, it'd be cool. Hey, honestly, do it.
Mr. Verness, we could check.
Yeah, not a rockin' one, but hey,
Oddly enough,
what it be.
Cynthia with the highest one. You notice in this room, it appears to be a meditation room, for more than anything else. You do see there is one last painting here. And oddly enough, as you look at it, it's huge. Like, it's basically the size of an entire fucking wall. But as you move around just to, like, get more details on it, it has that, not exactly like that holographic effect where, like, depending on what angle you're looking at it, it's similar to that.
Did you get the promo card for this?
Is that a Fortnite Battle Pass?
Got the foil?
It's a painting that shifts depending on where you're looking at it, basically.
Oh, cool.
In one angle, it's that same wolf, this time surrounded by 12 other animals with that same color scheme. Seemingly surrounding what looks to be a hand, kind of similar to what you saw last night. Though more
The hand that I shook last night?
similar. It appears to look more mechanical in nature. Like seemingly made of metal, but not built like a machine is. And then another...
It's got like the Terminator arm.
another angle you look at it, it is of the Overseers. With Amaterasu and Tsukiyomi standing in the middle. And then the last...
They're like the two big ones, right? I feel like that was mentioned before.
There is no...
For Alexander and the other one are...
There's no exactly, like...
Okay.
There is technically...
Like, none are above others, but there's no hierarchy. But...
Yes. They are ranked, but not necessarily by hierarchy, but when they came to this world.
Right. So were they the first?
From what you can gather, they were... I'll say on that history check, I think you might know this. They were the... Hold on, I have to do my own math real quick.
Yep.
They were the 5th and 6th.
Oh, okay. So they're like right in the middle. Gotcha.
And honestly, doing some deduction, you haven't really seen any other place of worship, but it could stand to reason that in any other place, others might stand in that center.
Right. I mean, I assume I've been to the Temple of Alexander at some time in my youth.
Yeah, you definitely would have been there. And I will say on a 21 history check, you remember a similar painting, not of the same style, obviously, but it was a painting of Alexander moving forward while the other overseers were behind him, seemingly walking towards something. And I will say the last you see of the like shifting painting is actually a familiar one, because this is a pretty prominent one in the Castle of Light. It is a depiction of the battle from 1,000 years ago. The very first War of the Pearls. Or the only War of the Pearls, but...
Let's make it too soon.
Now.
Yeah, it could be too soon.
It's like... What year is this? 1917. Oh, World War One.
Oh,
One?
one. They just called it World War.
They just called it the Great War.
Buddy, it gets greater.
Oh, I got bad news, buddy. This is only second place.
But in that painting of that battle, you see 13 figures, much like the 13 overseers, but these are actually their very first envoys. Like those that were chosen to represent them among mortal kind. And you see the Champion of Light, Itias, and the Champion of Darkness, Amira, leading the charge. And at either side, respectively, is Amaterasu's champion, Solestia, and Tsukiyomi's champion, Lunara.
And these were the first champions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
They're envoys.
Well, yeah. Either word works. But yes,
Just when you say champions, I'm thinking like they're here to kill. If I hear envoys, they're like, we're diplomatic, sort of.
I mean, technically in this time period, it had to be a bit of both.
Yeah.
The only one that would like have coined themselves champion a lot would have been Amira. Because according to history, before the resolution, she was
The resolution?
the resolution. She
History?
her story.
It changed.
But yes, that's what you see. And being that you're in the Temple of the Two Sisters of the Overseers, their champions are a bit more detailed. And oddly enough, Celestia, pretty fucking banging body. She looked very promiscuous compared to the others. And historians to this day don't really know why.
They were good
Hey,
roommates.
sometimes you're just a born exhibitionist.
Yeah, that's what it says on her tombstone.
Hey, sometimes you just gotta show what you have.
Yeah, Saran.
As the old scripture said, if you got it, flaunt it.
Yeah, in Asura's Dogma, it does say, shake what your mama gave you.
That's why Melkai has a caked ass.
Yeah. Fucking absolutely
10,000
caked.
squats every day.
Amen, brother. Amen. But yeah, Saran, speaks up and says, yes, this is, where a lot of the most devoted spend their time when needing to exercise their faith, obviously. Amaterasu's a bit of one to preserve history a lot. Her paintings are those of moments she considers the most important, no matter what world she's in. And interestingly enough, I've never really seen a style of painting such as this, but I always found it fascinating. And as he shows everyone else, you can see this now too, Melkai, that it actually does shift depending on where you look at it. And if you want to make a perception check, you can.
I will. I love to perceive.
No.
I guess I won't. I don't like to perceive.
Adam, I'll extend that to you if you also want to make a perception check.
Sure.
16.
What happened?
Saran's explaining exactly what this painting is after Cynthia has seen it.
Okay. 20. Dirty.
Dirt 20. Melkai, you're looking at the three paintings. You're not as familiar with the history of the others as you are with Asura, obviously. But you do recognize in the painting depicting the War of the Pearls, you see Asura's first champion. And oddly enough, not a Goliath.
Oh, that's fun.
The first champion was a completely black tabaxi named Mercurius.
Is that the one that's stalking Iron?
No, she hasn't really said that to anybody. She talked about a cat, but
That was more out of character.
yeah, who can say?
Name was Mercurius?
Mercurius.
Mercurius.
Like Morgana's second awakening of Persona 5.
Yerp. Yeah, and they are like almost completely hidden in shadow, but you do see just two glowing silver eyes poking out of it. And two very interesting swords, one with a very dark red crimson blade and the other more what you would expect, just like a completely black wrought iron blade.
Does the red blade look familiar to what Yuihashi has?
Not exactly.
Okay.
Yuihashi's is more like a bright, saturated red. Not completely like a lighter tone, but just like definitively red.
Gotcha.
And on a 20, Mr. Verness, you notice Enos's first champion. It was a owl Aarakocra. With no wings.
That's cool.
And a giant fucking axe.
Nice.
And armor completely made out of bronze.
Hey.
As you know, the full title is Mercurius the Bronze. Or not Mercurius. Shit, I had the name and it literally slipped me.
Mercutio?
No. Mercurius was Asura's champion. And I had that nine. Opernicus.
Opernicus the Brawn.
Yeah.
Cool.
And you know a little bit of history about that story. The legend goes that his village way back when was ransacked, and they ended up chopping his wings and Enos, feeling sorrow that one that should be able to take to the skies no longer can and is earthbound, seeing the strength that he displayed even in that moment, granted him his power.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah, that's what all of you see. And Saran speaks up and says, "Find a lot of comfort and insight as well in this room. It's one of the few places I feel I can really think about what's going on now. You know what I mean?"
Yeah.
No, I get you.
Well, hope you all enjoyed.
Of course. It's a
Sure.
very beautiful place.
It's a nice, pleasant surprise running into you.
Well, it's a passion I found whenever I thought we had attained peace 5 years ago.
Yeah.
Before everything went to shit again.
I actually do want you to check out something, if you don't mind.
Sure, what's up?
Well, we did get the Amaterasu in the Sidroka, so I do want to see if you're able to go through. Back to Sidroka.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
I just wanted to see if other people are able to use it after we activate it. I know you were
Actually,
able to use it.
I don't believe we activated it here. Let's do that real quick.
Okay, I thought we did for some reason.
I actually can't remember if we touched on that at the end of last session. I don't think we did.
I thought that's the reason why we had the red star, because it was already activated.
You can't really tell.
We'll find out.
But
It's
yes, he guides you all back downstairs, and near the entrance, right near, like, that crystal monument he made, you do see that same traveling sphere.
Okay.
And as all of you have your crystals present, they begin to glow, and those beams of light radiate forth once again, converging into the center, and it springs to life as the two golden rings surround it once again. And Saran says, I can test it at this point, see if I'm even able to access it.
Well, it'll help you cut down your travel time from the temple back to your workshop.
Well, I do have the ability to teleport, but it would be nice to have it in a more permanent structure, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I can only
Yeah.
cast it so much per day. But, let's give it a shot. As he summons his Keyblade, and you're all seeing this for the first time, it appears in a flash of golden light and soft golden angel feathers that just fall and disappear away. And honestly, it looks like a pretty, although shiny and shimmering, pretty standard sword on the blade itself. And on the tip, where the teeth of where the key itself would be, is a fleur-de-lis.
And have I seen this one before?
You actually have not seen this one. You've seen another one he used to wield a lot.
Interesting. You, trade out keys?
Oh, this is actually made by Blazer once the war ended.
Huh. Deal. Looks nice.
Yes, I do pride myself on my work. I think Blazer's a bit more skilled in the way of weaponry than myself. But I'm a bit of a jack of all trades in comparison, so guess it balances out.
Yeah.
But it's
Whatever you're passionate about.
It's come in handy quite a bit. I really appreciate this gift. Thankfully, as you see, he summons another one completely.
Nice.
And if you want to, roll a history check on that.
Sure. Do it.
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Four? Hiya.
Actually, yeah, that's definitely enough.
15.
Yeah. It's definitely the one he used to wield. It's the same one that you saw back 7 years ago. But you remember he's talked to you a little bit about how the Keyblade works. It's not necessarily natural to have more than one per wielder. And you don't exactly remember him having two at that time. You know he dual wielded with another sword, but never another Keyblade.
Yeah. So...
Oh.
You dual wielding Keyblades now?
Oh yes. I forgot I used to wield just a second blade when we were fighting together. Yeah. Something developed along the way after we parted ways back then.
Yeah.
And quite frankly, I'm not exactly sure how it works myself, but it's not natural per se to be able to wield two, but it is a possibility to have happen.
I get you.
And
Uh,
I think
did you see that you got another feature whenever you hit your start?
you motherfucker.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
What?
Sword Art Online.
Oh,
Whenever he
shut
realizes he had the dual wielding feat.
the fuck up. Gag me with a spoon.
I never knew he got the dual wielding feat.
No, I mean, in the lore of Kingdom Hearts, it's not natural to have two. It has to be very special circumstances to be able to wield two.
Yeah, that's cool though.
No,
Maybe Fate wanted to give you two. Oh,
perhaps I could talk to you a bit whenever I get back. Give me 1 second.
that's okay.
He dismisses his Keyblade, and he uses his first to essentially cast Knock on the crystal. And you see, as it hits it, you don't remember seeing this when you teleported with it. It just ended up shining like a bright blue, and then you were in another place. You see when Saran does it, there's a bit of it turns to an interesting, like, golden white light with just a spot of, oddly enough, pink right in the middle. And as he activates that, you see him disappear. And then the crystal turns back to normal, and after about a minute, maybe two, he appears right back in the same place, this time with a package in hand. I managed to grab something while I was there, something I forgot to grab before I left. We'll talk about it inside, but it seems to work for me. So,
Good deal. All
seems
right.
we have although short now, seems we have a network starting to get going.
Yeah.
And I think with that, I think it's called some for lunch as a reward. What do you say?
Yeah, let's do it. As I start getting my kitchen ready.
Very well then. Follow me. And oddly enough, he heads back into the temple. None of you really remember seeing a kitchen at all in there.
Just a little bit of insight. Is he acting like, usually is?
At this current, yeah. He's actually, he looks pretty stoked that the teleportation thing is working.
Okay. Cool. But he's acting like his normal self.
Yep.
Alright. Well, maybe there's some place in there that they got going for a kitchen. Who knows? I follow.
Yeah, he sees you start to follow. Does everyone else follow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure.
Sure. Don't sound so excited.
I'm trying.
Sorry, I'll temper myself going forward.
Now, right past here, he opens a door, and as he heads in, it's a smaller room. And he says, give me just a second. And he begins to draw some sigils. And anyone who wants to make an Arcana or Religion check.
I've been rolling like dog duty on religion, so
You
It's gonna be
can make an Arcana. You are proficient in that.
So make a religion check.
Yeah.
Bob.
Ooh.
It'd be like that.
Yeah.
It's okay, I'm with you.
I got a 14.
14.
16. I'm a grandmother.
Melkai, magic, not your strong suit.
Whatever. I'm gonna go back to my book.
Yeah. Cynthia, I mean, you recognize they're arcane sigils of some sort, but you can't really see what they really are.
Yeah. I'm too busy sulking.
Like usual.
Melkai's gonna be, hey, can you sulk a little quieter? I can't read my book.
Aya,
Sorry. I said
you-
brooding.
Aya, you're
Thank
not
you.
super familiar with like arcane sigils and whatnot either.
Yeah.
You do recognize, along with Mr. Verness, these seem to be a mixture of like what a wizard would have as like a spell circle. And
Oh
what
yeah, I have a friend that's a wizard.
yeah, you've actually seen this before. It is a sigil of Amaterasu. But Mr. Verness, you're able to clock that it's also a mixture of what feels like a clerical, like spell circle.
Okay. Okay.
And as he's just like turning it, drawing more and more. Alrighty. And then
You've
lastly,
been heavy at work with your prayers.
you could say that. Say a bit of a safe space I've created here. Something, well, I call it my home, personally. And you see the very last bit in the center of where that sun sigil is, he draws a keyhole. And once again, beam of light shooting straight out of the keyblade as the door opens to a very different place. It looks like a home. But oddly enough, you don't get the feeling, much like Flutere's Magnificent Mansion spell, this doesn't feel like a pocket dimension home. It feels like you're somewhere else entirely. But you look outside and it looks similar to the Ferris Plains. Beautiful, just like verdant green grass, some wheat fields. And as you all walk out and he shuts the door behind you, you all seem to be in what looks like a homestead. And he says,
So where's this at?
well, this is my home. One second, if you wouldn't mind. Please, have a seat. And he, gestures you all to the table, and just seemingly, like, in a little bit of magic, the table extends a bit. It looked like it was able to fit at least, like, 6, which would be enough for you all here, but as he walks away, make a perception check.
Now one.
Ooh.
I'm just reading my book.
That does get you
Mm,
an overdrive point. Oh, so close to a nat 20.
27.
27, that is high enough though. You hear the sound of laughing children. And now that you think about it, Saran did mention a wife and kids.
Is this my first time meeting them?
Yeah, you've never met them.
Ah. Well, Saran, I was wondering when this would happen.
Saran walks out, and you do say that to him. And you see 3 kids, a daughter and 2 sons, and they look pretty close to identical. The 2 boys definitely look like identical twins. But oddly enough, their hair colors are different. One is that similar to Saran's shade of blonde, just a little bit lighter. And the other one, seemingly darker brownish, maybe blackish hair. And the young girl in the front, or actually no, she would be behind. She seems a little bit more shy and reserved. You think back, that's almost the exact same shade as Amaterasu's depiction. Yes, these are my 3 children. Say hello, kids. You see the 2 boys are like, hi! This Saran speaks up and says, this is, he points to the young boy with the blonde hair. This is Joshiro. Points to the one with the darker hair. This is Jokuro. And then he softly puts a hand around the shoulder of his daughter. And this is Yujo. They're my pride and joy. And he gives them a big hug and just sweeps them up. And he says, now come on, we got lunch to eat.
Well, let's go ahead. And yeah, I do essentially what I can to help get lunch prepared.
Yeah. Saran says, honestly, I probably would appreciate that with the larger party.
Yeah. Well, I mean, with the 3 kids alone, it's like you might need some help. But
yeah, wife's a bit out at the moment. She's a little busy looking into something. So, at least we can get started.
Cracks all the knuckles, and all right, here we go.
Yeah, make a cooking check. And Saran's gonna give you the help action.
Cook utensil? I'm gonna cook you some tinsel. Anyway.
I don't know if you should cook tinsel. I don't know.
No.
Ooh.
Ah, dang it. An 11. Dang, I'm off. It's because of the pun.
Yeah, that's your fault.
There are kids hanging off your arms while you're cooking.
Honestly, you're distracted by the 2 boys. Like, what are you cooking? We have candy.
Don't worry,
it's not candy.
I got this. I'm quite possibly the best one with kids. And Aya pulls out 2 light up yo-yos.
Make a performance check.
I would love to. Malachi's like,
yeah,
Please tell me that.
Malachi's really selling it, and I'm gonna let you have advantage on that.
yeah, that was a 19 roll. Let me add my performance. It's a 24. Yeah, 24.
24.
Nice.
I've also got glow sticks in my ears.
Yeah, somehow you're able to distract. I mean, they are pretty young, so probably not that hard to distract just 3-year-old, 4-year-old kids.
If we had car keys, this would be a lot easier.
No.
What's a car? Is that like
Evacuate the dance floor is playing.
Saran pulls out his keyblade. These don't. I tried jangling a little keychain on them. They don't work.
Nah, you need to have multiple at the end.
You don't have enough. Yeah.
And the key is way too big.
I guess that's true. Immediately these kids flock to you. It's like, whoa!
Aya is using thaumaturgy to play Sandstorm by Darude. She's giving the kids glow sticks and a pixie stick.
Never in my fucking life have I ever been heard it described as Sandstorm by Darude. It's always Darude, Sandstorm.
To help along with that, and probably to explain the low roll on the cooking.
Actually, I was gonna say that performance check. I will allow you to roll one more time.
Oh, okay. Cool. But I was gonna say, along with her doing Darude Sandstorm, I essentially use my thaumaturgy for each time it's da-da-da-da-da, the earth shakes each time. So tremors on each beat.
Whoa!
I've given
Let's not shake the foundation too much.
Oh, don't worry, they're harmless.
Pixie stick and a Danimal's yogurt. Just fucking go.
Don't get them snacks.
Normal roll this time or advantage?
Just one more roll.
One roll.
There we go. That's what we're looking for.
24.
Yeah.
Nice.
Put us back in the kitchen, baby.
You were like fumbling for a little bit, just like a bit distracted by everything. But then you're just like, nah. Let me get in this. As you just adjust your sunglasses and get to work.
I adjust the sunglasses. Nah, hold up. And I pull out a stogie. Get to work.
Should have told me. He opens a window to let the smoke out.
Makes the food taste better.
I shoot it right through the window like we did with Enos, essentially. Just I make sure not much keeps in the house except for the cook and smoke.
Oh yeah.
All that steam.
Oh yeah.
I just can't wait to find out that you're gonna eventually just be like, and it's done. Let me put on a little flavor. Drop some ash on it.
I smoke season. You do realize that.
Dish together.
Oh, okay, good.
It's
If
literal.
oregano in there.
It's a cinnamon stick.
The cigars are filled with paprika.
He's got Tony Sacheries in there.
Mr. Verness, could you please make me a history check real quick? I really need you to get this bit.
Okay. Nope. That's 10.
God damn it. I can't. There's no way I can give you advantage on this. I will say, you're talking about just like, yeah, it adds flavor, a little bit of cigar smoke. You know there's some freak back in the Trino Marina who occasionally comes by your little dive, and usually, one of the waiters will ask him like, cigar ashes in the coffee, and he always says, no, I prefer to put my own in.
You prefer what?
He prefers to put his own in.
What's that guy look like again? I'm trying to remember.
Think he was human? No, remember, he was an odd character.
Yeah. As I just pull, like, almost up to half of it.
Oh, hey, careful now. You don't want to swallow the whole butt end of that thing. Unless you want to choof it. I'll leave that to you.
Well, you don't swallow the roach?
I love
only
burnt.
if it's a roach.
Wait, winter.
Burnt ins, that'll be good. Hold on. As he starts making a whole thing of burnt in. Quick.
You know, go along great with that.
What's that?
Little bit of a cherry glaze.
Ooh. Take that cherry glaze. I actually have a honey recipe along with that. It's cherry honey glaze.
I can do a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Yeah. If you've ever had Chio wine, it's kind of a little along those lines, but syrupy.
Yeah.
But syrup. Yeah.
Not super into the syrupy stuff, but cheer wine, pretty good once in a while.
Yeah. But I digress. Let's do this.
Melted snow cone?
Huh?
I mean, just melted snow cone?
Yeah.
The cheer.
Tastes like.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, no.
I didn't say it was bad.
I just said that's what it is.
This concoction that he's making is more of a syrup. Just a syrup concoction that is cherry and honey.
Yeah,
mixture.
just let it soak in it while it bakes.
Mm-hmm.
Or like a pineapple
Almost
ham.
like you're getting ready to make a mead, but you just leave it in there for a few minutes. Just all right, here we go.
Yeah. All of you feel in this space for the first time in a while. Like, it was calm when you came in, like, onto the grounds of the temple. It's very cozy in here. Like, Cynthia, make a wisdom check real quick.
Cynthia
Die.
doesn't like kids, so she's having a little trouble there.
Or
She's like-
happiness.
You're doing the
Or
psycho thing where
comfort.
you bring him the knife. Oh, I thought it was gonna be.
Yeah, that was close.
It's an oddly, very, you can't place where, but a little bit of a nostalgic feeling. Obviously, the kids are like, oh, please, shut up. But you do notice on a 17, the little girl, Yujo, she's like, her eyes are just darting around the room, and occasionally you see, like, a lot of the times keep, like, going back to you and going back to Aya. And then sometimes looking over at her dad.
Cynthia's not going to interact with any.
I gotcha.
If she can help.
I gotcha.
Are you good? You look constipated.
Kids.
Tip number 1: never ask a child that. I was just still
They
popping in
will
my-
shit themselves.
Yeah.
Prove you wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fair. I haven't really dealt with many kids during my time either.
I can tell.
Melkai. Was Melkai the youngest of his family?
I believe he was.
Yeah. You're not exactly used to it.
Just, It's a lot of people running around.
It's,
Yeah, don't worry
it's
about
honestly a pretty big kitchen. It's not that, like, cramped.
Which is really good because I am 7'10".
Yeah,
So
no,
I was worried.
you got plenty of headspace. It's no worry at all.
Just going.
Back over
Yeah,
at Traino Marina, yeah, they see whenever they let all the homeschoolers out and they all flood into the shack, saying,
Yeah. Yeah, you're just immediately reminded of, like, oh god. There's a difference between just like a couple of kids running around and a bunch of fucking after
A
school.
lot of kids running
Yeah,
around.
a bunch of
yeah,
fucking
3
after
kids
school
compared
kids.
to a flood of kids. Yeah, no.
After school kids too. When they're like, thank God we're finally out. Let's get fucking rambunctious.
And I have to keep pulling ID on everybody, and it's like, okay, I hate being the bad guy, but
Yeah. Which is, I mean, the drinking age in this world is 18, so.
luckily it's probably not going to be that big of a deal. But at the same time, you've always got some of those people. It's like, yeah, just gotta keep an eye on some of those kids. I mean, the ones that are way yay high, I mean, it's gonna be fine. Either
Yeah.
way, me and the wife, we enjoy it still. We've rarely had problems with it, other than noise pollution.
Yeah. Aya. You are yo-yoing away. These kids basically are saying, show us the way, yo-yo man.
Oh yeah, I'm being worshipped like a god.
Yeah. Can we try it?
Mm.
Yeah, they both take one. Holy fuck. One of them, the one with the darker hair, Jokuro, picks it up immediately and starts doing, like, some of the tricks you showed him.
Yeah. Look it up.
The other one, Joshiro, does seem to be struggling quite a bit. He's like, oh, man.
Practice makes progress. Go. Go. Go.
Practice makes
Go.
okay. Practice makes okay.
There's no such thing as perfection, kiddos. You're only ever moving towards a positive progression in a skill. It's when you give up that you can no longer do.
You're like a fucking youth counselor teacher at a school rally.
She is a PSA mascot.
Oh
I was
my
about to say,
god.
you're like a magical school bus lady. Just
Miss Frizzle.
Yeah,
Yeah, Miss
you're Miss Frizzle.
This isn't my first rodeo, you guys. She does the worm. She looks at Cynthia and she's like, I'm a professional, and then worms backwards.
Okay.
I'm a master at my craft.
I
That's
am.
why I didn't finish college.
Aya, make a perception check real quick.
What's up? That's not so good. That's a 17.
Not so good. Are you kidding me? That's pretty good. You notice as you're like doing your usual thing, just like trying to keep the attention of the kids. You do notice, much like Cynthia, the young girl sitting at the table, just very quiet and patiently. You'd see her eyes just occasionally like look back to you and back to everyone else, but mostly focused on you and Cynthia.
She's got the quiet kind of tism, and
I'm gonna be real. I've been planning this little segment since this began. I fucking knew for a fact that Piper was gonna say that exact phrase.
Yeah, she moonwalks backwards to the kid, and out of her hoodie, she pops headphones on the kid's ears.
You don't.
She's just dancing.
You see, as you do that, she actually gets up and goes back over to you, and she takes them off and hands them to you, says, "It's not noise that bothers me."
Is it the lights?
Kinda. It's... Can I tell you a secret?
I would
Getting a
literally.
weird vibe from that white-haired chick.
I'm literally the best at secrets, kid. And she pops a squat like crisscross applesauce.
She gets like right up to you to whisper, and
She pulls up her ear.
yeah, she considers that. She says, "Sorry, I'm trying not to touch. I can see like different colored lights around people."
Huh.
If you want to, you can make an insight check on that.
Wow. Gotta get a luck roll on that one.
I thought it's like, I don't have issues with the noise. I just have issues with women.
The vibe.
Okay, I re-rolled with a luck point. I've only got one left. And is this perception?
Yes. Or insight, rather. Sorry.
Never mind, it's the same. 17 plus 5, that's 22.
That's really good. You're definitely not familiar what she's talking about. You notice some weird stuff here and there. The only thing you can kind of compare it to is in the dreams you've had, you've seen like the different colored platforms. Maybe something similar to that?
You're probably just magic literate.
I mean,
That's all that means. It's an incredible skill.
Mama and Papa always said I had a unique ability. I'm not exact.
Eyes.
What?
Shining, they called it.
I miss that guy. Wish I had one of him in my life. Wish I had a kind African American man to tell me everything's gonna be okay and he'll come running if I'm scared.
Don't we all?
Honestly,
They always said it. I don't know what they mean exactly, but every person I've seen has a similar yet different one. Yours is really yellow and pink.
Well, in the latest adventures I've been on, a lot of us people with keys, or us people
Like
with
like Dad?
like your dad, just like your dad, and
Do you have one too?
they kind of get assigned a color. Yeah, I got one.
Can I see it? You actually see like she lights up a bit looking at it. Oh wow.
Here you go.
You see she's handling it no problem. Like
Oh, you're supposed to have one of these, kiddo. That's what that is.
that's what Dad said. I'll probably have one when I grow up, but I still don't even know what it is.
Well, you might be like me, and it might just happen. It's not very common. Your dad knows more about that than I do, though. People are supposed to be given them, but every handful of times they'll just appear to somebody. So you could be either or.
Dad usually he told me that anyone else who like holds in one that someone else has usually can inherit it. So it's likely I would get it from him if anything.
That would be fun, wouldn't it? Have your dad's?
Maybe. I don't know. It just something about it is off to me.
Well, that's okay. It's okay to be uncomfortable, but it's never okay to be unsafe, kid.
Okay. Thank you.
You're very welcome. And then Aya takes her keyblade and does like a sword swallow.
How do
Ta-da!
I'm gonna have a perception check real quick.
Ta-da!
How did you do that? She rolled a 3. Even though all you did was it was just disappearing.
Yeah, that's all I did.
Yeah. But yeah, you got that little bit of information that she can see aura around people.
Do we find out why she's looking at Cynthia a lot?
Cynthia, this kid can see vibes! Wait, what color is Cynthia's?
Look at the meme chat.
First of all, did you say that out loud? Because she did say keep it a secret.
No, she'd probably go over to Cynthia and be like, don't worry, kid can sense vibes. And Aya's got really big eyeballs.
I like how you immediately went to the kid and said, I'm the best at keeping secrets.
No, it's just she's the best when it comes to secrets.
Do you ask what Cynthia's like? Do you ask her what she sees at Cynthia's?
Yeah.
Very, 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 very purple, like deep dark purple.
Oh, see, I met a guy that had purple. It was a fucking cat.
The cat had black with gold specks that led into like tiny fadings of like a dark purple. So.
Yeah, but it's still purple.
Okay, fair enough.
I once met a cat. He was really bad. He had a black colored one. But I'm not gonna, she's gonna look at the kid and be like, I'm not gonna immediately assume that purple means evil. Purple's a pretty good color.
It does in this case.
Cynthia appears right between Aya and the kid from behind, and she's like, oh!
Dad always
doesn't want to get any like kid goo on her, so she is keeping a wide berth.
It's fine. The goo comes off in the wall. Shoot.
I'm gonna move on for that.
Little baking soda. It's almost like you were never gooed to begin with.
Don't say that.
But yeah, she, appreciating this conversation, goes to sit back at the table patiently. And
If
honestly
anybody-
just watches you and her brothers now.
Yeah, if anybody asks what the kid talked to me about, I'd be just like, she was just asking me for some magic advice as a different kind of keyblader.
Honestly, Mr. Verness, I, and Pioneer's vibes are apparently normal. So we're good.
Yeah, I can believe it.
Just never brought it up.
Yeah,
Every-
so...
Brown fucking vibes.
You didn't ask what they look like either, so.
I wasn't concerned about it. The kid didn't bring it up to me.
1 second. Just a little bit of context with people at home. Dan had a thing come up and he had to leave for the rest of the night, so.
Oh, he's gone for this night.
Yeah. He is still, like, in the call muted, but he is out for the rest of the night, basically. But yeah, the cooking continues. And honestly, you got a pretty, like, bang up, like, full course meal going for lunch. And Saran pulls out those pastries he mentioned earlier. Oddly enough, very white and fluffy, and has that red crimson sigil, like on the depictions of Amaterasu.
Oh, nice. You got a press for that? Like some sort of already...
I did actually make a mold out of some of the spare steel I had around.
Nice. Nice. How'd you get it nice and fluffy like that? Take me through your process.
Well, you see, you don't want to leave it in there too long. The moment, like, it starts to actually rise, you want to let it cool down a bit and then take it out. If you let it stay in there too long, it ends up shrinking back together.
Nice. I'll have to remember that.
But yeah, he pulls out like a whole sheet of them, seemingly enough for everyone. And with that, you and he set the table. And right as you finish, you hear someone entering the door. And anyone who wants to make a perception.
Yeah. Who's at the door?
Another 13. Jack.
Sorry, my bad.
You're good.
I was checking on the message I got from someone.
All good.
Is this perception?
Yes.
9.
Huh. Interesting. Aya, do you want to make a perception real quick?
Sure.
I'm very focused on my book.
18.
18. Okay. Melkai, Mr. Verness, Cynthia, you see a woman walk through. Bright platinum blonde hair in a similar yukata to Saran's. And you immediately, Mr. Verness, you see Saran light up. He looks ecstatic. Rushes over to give her a hug. Oh, Ami, you've returned. Welcome back. She's like, I've only been... Ami.
Mommy.
Mommy!
Ami, mommy. Oh no.
Mommy, where's Yumi? Am I right, kids?
That show was almost 20 years ago.
Oh.
Yeah. You see Ami, whoever this is, pats him on the back and she says, I've only been gone for a few hours. I said I'd be back soon. Says, well, you know, I'm just happy to see you when you're here. We've just finished food. Brought some guests over. Hopefully you won't mind. Not at all. Pleasure to make your acquaintance.
Pleasure to meet you too.
Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Aya. Something looks real familiar about this woman.
Do that when you meet someone.
I'm just letting this reaction go until Piper asks me to clarify.
Clarification, please.
You notice it in the hair a little bit, but her eyes, they're a darker shade of white for the sclera, and her irises are an odd gold color. You swear you've seen something like it before, but you can't really place where.
And we're still in Tron's house.
Yeah, Saran's house, yeah.
Saran, would you care to introduce us to this person?
Oh, yes, this is my wife, Ami. As he says that, she just...
Exactly like me.
No! No, your hair is a lot more white. Hers is definitely platinum blonde. It's just a little bit lighter. And the shade of gold in her eyes, something's different about it. Like, yours are very bright, like someone looking through the night. Something's off about hers.
Oh, she dyed it.
It's like a desaturated version of me.
Maybe.
Cynthia,
So did I-
somebody stole your vibe.
Did
But fuck
did
with
I
this-
ever hear much about her from Saran?
I'll say make a history check.
Dang it.
19.
19.
You remember a couple years back, had one of those, like, fireside conversations about shooting the shit about life and whatnot. You do remember asking about if he had anyone he was seeing. And he did mention he was fighting for someone at the time. And through a little bit more context, you could probably put two and two together. This is who.
Well, good deal. Finally get to meet the gal.
Yes, sorry I couldn't introduce sooner. As you can
No.
tell, as with the world outside, you can see it's been a little bit busy on my end.
Yeah, I get you.
And just, you know, you working your way into fatherhood is a little nerve-wracking.
Yeah. No, I completely understand.
You see, as he's explaining that, Ami just gives him, like, just a nod and a smile, and she looks at him and says, "Honey, I can..." You see she begins to whisper something to him, and anyone who wants to bother, they can make a perception to see if you can make it out.
Uh-huh.
I just introduced myself and I'm looking into my book.
Got an 18 plus 5. I'm really good at
I'm gonna
secret.
have to roll stealth. Okay.
This
Uh,
whole time, Cynthia's been waiting for the rug pull to reveal that this is a trap. Like this thing, he was like, "Oh, come into my dimension. Let me close the door behind us." I'm like, no, sis.
Mr. Vanessa, you're not really able to make anything out.
Yeah.
Cynthia, you're able to hear. You can tell them. I think they can be trusted. And Piper, Aya hears, dear, I can tell by the objects that they carry on their hip, we can trust them. You can go ahead and tell them if you wish. You notice that all of them are hidden.
They're married.
What?
No.
They're what?
They're married.
What? No.
And Aya, you hear a little bit more come from Sarad, and he just says, you know, it just doesn't feel like my place to just come out and say it. I'm just like, oh, why not? Why is that? Why does it have to fall to me? As he just gives like a, come on, you know why, look.
We would also like to know the conversation.
You hear that, Saran? She would like to hear what we're talking about.
Because I already heard it, but no one else did.
Okay.
What are we talking about?
I
I'm the
guess we're gonna
oldest
find
sibling.
out.
I'm the oldest sibling. I can pick up on vibes.
Everyone, this is my wife, Amaterasu.
Ha.
Huh.
Classic. So who is she really?
Yeah.
You see Saran, his face is just beet red. I don't know what to do at this point. What do I say? You
High five,
want to
man,
make me
high five.
start?
So
Guys,
Ron,
reaching over
you
the table.
dog.
He's like, high five, high five.
Off to the side,
Overseer.
he's still looking at her, but gives you a high five.
Yeah.
Dang. Okay. Taking a moment.
Well, I cannot say I didn't see this meeting coming at some point. I didn't expect it to be so soon.
Well, good
as
for
just-
both of you.
A little similar to how Cynthia dispelled her disguised self. You see just like a vision wash away as just like a fading in and out. As you see the same one you saw standing behind Aeon back in Sidroka. That's Amaterasu.
Well, pleasure to meet you again.
Pleasure to meet you as well, Mr. Vaness. Heard a lot about you. Heard a lot about you from Saran. Thank you for being at his side back then. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
And
No,
it-
he's a good one in a tight spot for sure.
Of
Plus, makes
course.
good company. Always appreciative of his meal.
Absolutely. And your name? Melkai, right?
Yes, nice to meet you.
Pleasure to meet you as well. Haven't had a chance to meet many of Asura's champions.
Oh, I'm just a follower. Am I a champion?
Well, she
Seems to
she
me.
did speak of you quite highly back in your time. You
Just
and
our question.
you and your friend Yuehashi, correct?
Yeah.
I mean,
I
not
didn't
highly
know.
enough to resurrect you, but
Not saying that. No, that's great to hear that they think so highly of me.
Well, you were a
Thank you.
fearsome warrior. You fought for your homeland,
And I died.
but you fought with all your heart. That is what's important.
I got stabbed in the back by a poison knife. Hate to see it.
Fortunately, it happens a little more in wars like that than you might think.
Oh yeah. No,
Yeah.
that was I think the 6th attempt that week. They got me.
Yeah, dealing with poison, usually the lowest blow. In my history, I've had to see some get stabbed with a poison knife, so that's fun.
Oh
Yeah.
And imagine
Never.
a poison knife that kills gods. That's even worse.
Oh.
where
Yeah.
would one get such a thing? Just hypothetically.
Just
From the
because we have to
god,
kill a god.
from the god that made them. From the god that
That's-
made them, of course. And by judging by that aura of yours, I would say you might already have one.
Well, great.
I know who I'm talking to soon.
That's way too much power. Where?
That's way too
More
much
power
power.
than any mortal can handle. Where could I find it?
Just to make sure no one else gets it.
Yeah.
Or at least it has the potential to. There's some great power behind that blade.
Well, it's good to know they didn't skimp on the deal.
What deal?
I'm a warlock. What deal do you think?
Well, sorry.
Yeah.
It's
I don't know what the deal is.
it's
still.
not. It's okay, dearie. It's warlock contract. Usually
Yeah.
in exchange for services of mostly disclosed by the contractor. Usually is offered a boon such as a blade, much like that one, or a tome, or a talisman, whatever they desire,
Gotcha.
and whatever
And
is provided.
And I think I remember we had a conversation about like not talking about her patron, but I don't know. It's been a bit since we've done that. And it's been on the road.
You'll find that's a pretty common trait with warlock patrons. They don't like having their name splayed everywhere.
Especially one of their, I guess, former believers. They don't want them to be pinned down to follow them because people can know what their plan is. I guess.
Potentially.
Also, the terms of my contract were updated last night, and
Did you get the patch
Interesting.
notes?
Did you get the patch notes?
I did.
I did, in fact.
And it said I cannot disclose the name to anything outside of the material plane, and I think
This would be outside of the plane, so you do not
I
have to
think
mention.
you're maybe the most outside of the plane.
Well, of course. But also, the space we are in is not exactly our material plane.
Well, that I shouldn't be speaking about it at all.
You don't have to say the name.
I wasn't going to.
Exactly.
Azura. Had to guess.
You know, I think you'll find that most followers of Asura are just barbarians. And I don't mean that as a derogatory term. They're literally barbarians.
No, trust me, I know.
You know, there's barbarians worshipping Asura.
Heathen. Pagan.
I genuinely thought that fucking marker was your mic because of how loud you were. You're just like,
Pagan.
There's barbarians.
Fucking barbarians.
Barbarian.
And, you must be Cynthia Crestholm, correct?
Cynthia
Yes.
hits her with the "I'm not at liberty to say."
I plead the fifth.
Am I? You're the god here. You should know my name.
You'll find not all of us are omnipotent, sadly.
Mm.
Common misconception, actually. But you bear the crest of the Pearl of Light.
Yeah.
I believe you'll make a fine addition. I can sense it.
Addition to what?
The throne.
Oh.
When you take your place.
Can't be any worse than my predecessor.
Well, I guess you should
Unfortunately.
if you try.
No.
Not for lack of trying.
Hey, straight up, God to mortal? No. How about no? And you, dearie, she looks at you, Aya.
Yes, ma'am.
Aya Noisagi, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
You bear more of a connection, seemingly, to my sister than myself.
I'm sorry.
The years that gave it away.
No, it was more so the crystal and her keyblade, I think. I mean, there are a lot of moon designs on it, so.
Mm.
Rabbits are like the whole rabbit on the moon, you know.
That is also true. That is actually what my sister was depicted in our previous life. If you had an opportunity, I would say visit her observatory. I think it's quite neat. She has a very, very well put together telescope, and you can gaze among the stars.
In the name of the moon.
Tsukiyomi's?
Yes. You
It's really nice.
you actually do remember there is a telescope there.
Did I look through it?
Make a history check. You remember it was there, but do you remember what you saw?
19.
Oh yeah,
Nice.
you look through it. It's fucking gorgeous.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to see like very distant, albeit, but still like other planets, what they look like. Bunch of different colored planets all over. A lot of nebulas, oddly enough, near this planet as well.
I wonder if anything's going to change if I look through it again. I highly doubt it, but it'd be nice
You'd
to
be
check.
surprised. Celestial bodies, a lot of them tend to change, not all of them, but some nebulas might be shifted around.
Ooh.
Oh
I just
my.
like, oh my, how scandalous.
And, no insight roll required. She does look a little befuddled by Pioneer.
That's a fair reaction in the end, honestly.
Yeah. Even Enos is a little bit, I don't know, iffy on him.
You see... Oh, god damn it. I rolled this on Pioneer's roll. Hello, I am Pioneer. May I please gaze and get your ID? And she's like, no, don't worry, I've got that for you. As she just puts a hand on him and he just freezes up.
Oh, you hit the off button? Oh, never mind.
Not an off button per se, more so I gave him knowledge as to what I am.
Oh, okay, good.
Ah, okay. Okay, so in trans of knowledge of you.
Something
like
like
how
that.
much knowledge?
Yeah, let's not do that to anybody else though. I
Oh,
would
you don't want to
appreciate
so
that.
Oh, you don't know. Oh, you don't want to know the secrets of the world.
Actually, I'll take
No,
you
I'm
up on
good.
that.
I'm good. Thank you though.
I do actually want to know about that.
I'm fine with figuring out the secrets of the
I
world
can't
on my
exactly
own.
just bequeath you secrets of the world. I would have to actually tell you. I just told him who I am.
Oh, that's fair. Completely fair. I knew that, of course.
Well, it is lovely to have you all here. I know some of my circle have contacted you in various ways through the realm of dreams. It's very nice to at least have a conversation face to face, though.
Yeah. I mean, we'll all have to have lunch
Oh,
for
yes.
dinner sometime together, like all of us, like together, rather than in the dream world, if possible.
I would very much like that someday.
I would too.
I think that'd be good.
We don't get to walk amongst the mortals as much as we used to anymore, sadly.
So how about we walk amongst you? It's a good alternative. What's up, Melkai?
I actually was gonna ask that, if you don't mind me asking.
Of course.
So you and Saran are married.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you guys been married, and are you able to stay in the material plane long?
Well, to answer your first question, we've been married about 5 years.
Congratulations, Mazel Tov.
I appreciate that very much.
How old are all of your children?
3. They're triplets.
Okay, all right. I was doing the math in my head.
This one, however, as she just gives like a small hug to you, Joe, maturing a little bit faster than her brothers, but... or at least... more quiet than her brothers.
So they're all demigods, technically?
Yes.
Demi-overseers, I'm assuming. Right?
Demi-over.
Yes, they are.
Huh.
Are you wanting to know if there are more among this planet?
Oh, of course.
I mean, there obviously are.
It has to be, if you're able to do this, I'm assuming.
What if you
There-
are?
Looking at the overseers, you seem like one of the more chaste gods. I figure the bloody ones are...
I'm gonna take a look at Saran after that, just... Okay.
Oh, okay. You'd be surprised.
No,
Uh,
Zeus-
Well, not so much as Zeus, as from what I've heard from dear Poseidon, but
Forgot
No.
he's in this world.
yes, he is.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Oh shit, what?
Yeah. Zeus is an interesting.
Oh, Zeus is not in this world. Poseidon is.
Mm.
I just put oh shit because I remember what happened with the Poseidon interaction in our other campaign.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't worry. He's chill here.
Maybe. Who knows?
He's very reserved and to himself.
I can respect that.
I guess we're just gonna have to for ourselves when we eventually meet him. Who knows? That'd be good.
Did
Well-
you say meet him or beat him?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Meet.
Okay, good.
Beat.
No. Good luck.
I don't need luck.
I have this.
To wrap back around to the
into a gun.
chase conversation, like, well, I do tend to choose my partners, and usually for as long as they live. Saran is not the first, no, but I'm very picky about the ones I choose to spend my life with.
Completely fair.
All right.
But to answer your other question, Melkai, it's not so much of a matter of we can't stay in the material plane. It's more of a matter of other issues have been coming to light recently that prevents us from spending... not wasting our time, I'd say. As I'm sure all of you have heard in some way or another at this point, Alexander's absence, or at least absence of word, has been rather concerning.
Yep.
Speaking
I
of
just think
which,
back to my conversation from my dream last night,
Mm-hmm.
where I made the deal with the literal devil. He's like, "You want to kill Alexander?" I'm like, "You're goddamn right, I do."
I do also want to throw this question at you, and if you don't know, I fully understand.
But of course.
Why is there suffering in the world?
Not yet. I'm not doing a Hugo. As you know, the Queen of Radiana, Razora, turns out that she had a court musician. Do you possibly
Surat.
know?
Sura spoke to me briefly about that earlier.
I asked when I had my dream Azura, and Azura wasn't able to draw up anything, but I wanted to see if maybe another overseer might be able to.
It's an odd thing. We know names of those we meet. I've met those in the castle before, albeit very brief for however long it may be. I can see a body, but not a face.
It's like a mannequin?
What were you saying, Cynthia?
That's how it was for me as well.
So you saw a woman in that suit as well. Interesting. Usually in a case like this, the soul and the heart itself are already gone, but it seems her body in some way remains. Or perhaps her soul.
Like a heartless or nobody kind of deal.
Kind of. It's similar to that, but it is an afterlife for her, though, is the problem. She's not on the plane that they would normally end up, nobodies.
Do you think maybe Razora had something to do with that? Maybe to try to stop them from dying?
You know, it's odd. That idea sounds familiar.
I mean, I used to do it all the time, but...
Ron, you told me a story similar to that. Ron's gonna roll history with advantage. Okay. Thank God for that advantage. Yes, yes. Now that you mention it, her tale of a young boy, same, a Keyblade wielder as well. I never got to meet him that much at all. I just saw the corner of my eye, Jack and Matt mewing.
Yeah. And we will continue.
Oh, yeah. By all accounts, he should have died at some point. Something held on to him to keep him from leaving the material plane. Something very powerful. So it could be a situation similar to that. Perhaps that whatever little memory Razora had of whoever the court musician was has not left. And that's the last thing holding her here to, in whatever vision you may see.
When did Alexander disappear?
Around the same time that Razora went mad.
7 years?
No, 5 years.
Oh, okay. So that's a long time for him to be gone.
5 years?
Yeah.
5 years, that's okay. 7? Little too long.
No.
Yeah.
And it's not...
Also, you were gone for 300.
Tomato, tomato, alright? We're not focusing on me.
This isn't about me.
Stop saying, oh, you were gone for 300 years. I'm not an overseer. Yet.
That's fair.
And it's not so much he disappeared, more so just quiet.
Maybe he's focused on something else.
Hasn't
That's,
disappeared yet.
That's exactly what I'm worried about.
You think someone...
Hmm?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if I'm fully thinking about this right. You think someone is like... I don't know.
Kissing him?
This sounds weird, but holding him somewhere? Like...
I mean, could
Close.
he be the force that is holding on to this person? Like you
That,
mentioned?
that could also very well be possible.
Wait. Was Razora some sort of, like, heavy belief, like a paladin? Or are they a sorcerer?
She's a cleric sorcerer.
So,
Ah.
I'm gonna throw this out here, and call me crazy if you need to.
You're crazy.
Thank you. Maybe Razora needed Alexander's help to keep that person around. And Alexander is doing something to keep that person around. While doing that, has not been able to do much.
That's an interesting view.
But again, I'm also a barbarian. I'm dumb and stupid like you all said, so what do I know?
Yeah.
I'm a little
You
on
did
the
it.
for that. Okay.
Razora was more so devoted to her kingdom than Alexander himself.
True, but I mean,
But
it's
as
the
she's,
closest
as
god
she's,
to grab.
but the thing is, as she stands now, she now stands for Alexander.
Mhm.
Perhaps it could be some sort of deal in that sense.
Maybe.
Not so
Alexander needs her to take over, pillage other places, I guess. I don't know what she's doing exactly, but
much, as she puts it, purifying.
that
Most people call it genocide.
that
Absolutely 100% correct. I'm afraid, for me and my sister, worst of all, it's a puzzling issue. Our belief is for the balance of light and darkness.
same sort of.
There should be no overpowering force. Our fear is if one of light kills the current champion of all things light, then light dies along with it.
forever, or does it come back?
We don't know.
We should try it out. I'm kidding.
You see, Saran says, "Oh, you better be kidding."
Well, Melkai came back.
It's easy.
Like killing the champion of light, so who would be killing who for that?
Well, more so in the ways of the overseers.
Right.
Whether it be Alexander or myself, we are unfortunately by our placement placed closest to the side of light. My sister and Sorella are placed closest to the side of darkness. The problem on that side too, if one of them were to kill Razora, who's to say that wouldn't shatter the Pearl of Light and completely overtake this world in darkness.
Well, it's a simple enough solution. I'll just kill him.
You are next in line for the throne. I very well believe that is probably where it's heading.
Well, that's where I was going anyway, so... I wasn't looking for permission. I was just gonna do it.
You didn't need permission. That's your rightful spot. You should have had it by now. However, what I fear, she's experienced. She's not some mindless brute that can just be put in her place. She's smart. She knows every in and out of that whole kingdom.
I was practically raised by her. I know that better than anyone.
But do you? Make an
I know she's
make an
smart
ins
and powerful.
make an insight and deception on yourself.
Okay. My deception's a lot higher than my insight.
Oh, you're probably also going to be in denial.
Huh? No.
Oh, wow.
You
In a
do.
rare moment of insight.
You're able to read your own emotions. That's crazy.
Cynthia, you know you're strong. You know that you are well experienced in Radiana. You're not stupid. You know it's gonna take a lot to be able to get to that level.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah. A part of you just worries a little bit of when. Because who's to say it could be a year, 2 years, 5 years, 10, 30? Just gets exponentially more when she either dies naturally or you might be too old to take the throne. Or maybe something changes.
It'll be sooner than later.
All I ask is that you be prepared. And not...
Surely by the end of this campaign.
Yes, by this
Actually, it's
campaign.
next session.
We're fighting and ending the series tomorrow.
Oh,
See you guys there.
Yeah. All I ask is that you
I is busy that day.
not only prepare yourself in the way of strength,
On call.
but also prepare yourself in the way of knowing what this means. You'll be taking a kingdom that's almost destroyed.
You're gonna have to build something up from nothing.
Not necessarily nothing, but something so...
Worse than nothing.
Just something so severely damaged, it might be a bit harder than just taking the throne and everything will work out.
Okay.
Okay.
well, I gotta say though,
Just
some of the
wanted-
best things come with the. How do I need to put this? The more work that you put into, the sweeter it is. Truly.
I agree.
Even if it takes hard work and everything like that, it is more than worth it in the.
Don't worry, I plan on savoring it when I kill Rosrona.
I meant the rebuilding of the city part, but you know what? Yeah, that too.
I guess what we're trying to get at is Razora isn't the last obstacle. Razora would be the turning point after she's gone.
I mean, have you thought about what's gonna happen after you kill her?
Of course I have.
Can I do an
Take
insight
the
check?
throne and then
Uh,
probably spend the
that
rest of
does-
my life trying to sort out all the problems she caused.
I mean,
Okay.
I wouldn't say an
Alright.
insight's roll is required. I think
Nah.
Cynthia's
Yeah, no,
probably Cynthia's
Cynthia
probably
just
being
said it.
pretty genuine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, while we're going
All
through
right.
this, if you ever need help, don't be afraid to ask.
I think you should at least acknowledge that this isn't a journey you will be taking by yourself.
I know.
Very good.
Anyways,
Alright.
are we gonna eat?
I was about to say, enough of the heavy stuff. Let's get some dinner, huh?
All right, burnt ends. Let's go. Kind of comes over. All right, here you go. Here you go. Hey.
Yeah, you all begin to dig in, and yeah, you and Saran put in some fucking work with this food.
Adam, what were you eating out of that bowl? And is that a mixing bowl?
Yeah, actually, what was in that bowl? You showed it off, but I didn't
That's a
actually see what
mix-
it was.
It's a mixing bowl, but it was filled with a chopped Caesar salad.
It looked like noodles.
I
I
thought
thought you were straight up eating a mixing bowl of like pasta salad.
Or
And I was
ramen.
You are
I
the
thought-
scariest man I've ever known.
I looked over. I thought
Why?
I thought it was beef jerky.
Why
thought-
would?
Don't
I
wanna move
thought
the
it was
mixing
either-
bowl to another bowl.
I thought it was either like Jack said ramen, or it was just like a pasta salad or something like heavy. And you were
Why would
just
that be terrifying?
Because you're like, my little snack, and then you just eat a mixing bowl of pasta salad, which is just the biggest power move.
It's just a
Anybody-
little snack.
Just a little
Little,
appetite,
little snacky snack.
something to eat at 10:01 at night.
I already finished it way earlier in the stream, but hey.
You're like, yeah, bring me more
I request more.
more salad.
But yeah, you all dig in. Absolutely immaculate lunch. And you actually try these like little cherry pastries, and they're fucking good. They honestly taste like home fresh baking.
Nice. Good stuff. Very, very good.
Oh yes, those are one of my favorites from my old homeland. There was a nice old lady that used to make them for me all the time.
What was the name?
What was her name? She actually did have a name.
But then she died.
Oddly enough, even though they were good at baking cherry pastries, they were Mr. and Mrs. Orange.
Huh. What do you know?
Never questioned it, but now that I'm looking back on it, I never saw it. Yeah. And after everyone finishes up, honestly, pretty filling. And Saran perks up and says, "Oh, right." And he opens up the box that he brought with him when he teleported. And he hands each of you a stone. And anyone who wants to make an Arcana check can. Unless they have Identify, but I don't think anyone does.
Arcana is one of the things I'm really good at.
I'm also pretty good at it.
Nat 20.
Sweet. Only 2 more overdraft points.
I got a 19 on mine.
Hell yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah, you all clock these pretty immediately. These are sending stones.
Oh. Is this routed to one line, or is this just altogether?
It'll, between the lot of you, you'll be able to communicate with each other, and you will also be able to communicate with me at any time.
Oh.
So, should you happen upon something interesting, or perhaps if I could provide assistance if need be, you
If
only
we're
need to
down
come.
in the dumps, needing like some moral support.
If you really need it, I could try to be therapist.
I'm never gonna force that on someone. But thank you.
One day I'm secretly
Unless you pay him.
James will bring in the summoning element to Kingdom Hearts, and I will just be in a real pickle, and she'll be like, "Chicken Little," and Chicken Little.
You have to understand, I can't do that because they'll kill me.
It's already happened.
The Disney assassins will be knocking on James's door.
Michael Mouse himself will pound down my door and fucking
at least-
kill me.
You can at least give me Bambi. That's the worst.
No!
You can
That's-
give her Steamboat Mickey.
The best. Yeah, I actually. Funny you mentioned that. I was about to say you can't do that. The most I could give you is public domain ones.
Oh, then I summon Winnie the Pooh.
You can do
Yes!
that. But you can't have a red shirt. Because that's Disney's depiction, and that's not in public domain.
I summon
Not yet.
shirtless Winnie the Pooh.
Yep.
Burgundy.
No,
He's so
fully-
buff.
Burgundy Winnie the
naked.
Pooh.
fully naked Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
bother.
bother.
My balls are
Oh, bother.
Takes off shirt, balls are out. Yeah.
Well, at least I can have Bambi. That's the worst summons in the game.
Is Bambi like public domain though?
It's about to be. It's,
I mean,
it's gonna be in
surely.
Then
it
I
is.
can't yet.
Well, then are you agreeing with me that Bambi is the worst one?
Bambi is very helpful in specifically one boss fight. Alright, anyway, we're getting way off topic.
He is public domain. Bambi is since January 2020.
January 2020?
2022.
Oh,
That's why they're making a Bambi horror movie. The same people that made the Winnie the Pooh horror movie.
okay. But for real, up top, people who make movies like that, kiss my fucking ass. You're not good at it. Stop doing it.
It's a really bad. I don't know if you guys. I don't know. if you're
Fucking listen to me.
If
You're
you're
awful.
listening.
Stop making these movies. They're not fun. You're
Creator-
not cute. Okay? You're
Creator
not
of Winnie
cute.
the Pooh, Blood and Honey. He's also making the Bambi horror movie and making a Peter Pan horror movie. I hope you choke.
Right.
You fucking suck. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, you all have sending stones now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do I know? I guess I know what sending stones are because I rolled a nat 20. I was about to
Yeah.
say, did we have those back in the day?
Very rare. They were like, you do not have a lot of like highly advanced magicians in your tribes. You know, the dwarfs had a couple.
We stole them.
You did steal them. You didn't get much of it because whoever was on the other end ended up like just like cutting communication.
It was very funny because I got the sending stone and I was like, I do speak Dwarvish, and I went, I'm gonna do my best Dwarf accents. Hello, I am Dwarf Guy.
It's so the Franco as just the sound of a crunching rock
That sounded very Russian.
because
love
it's
it.
based on Russian.
I
I'm just gonna go. I think they figured it out. Also, I think I caught their accent, so next time it's gonna be good.
You definitely knew their accent.
Hello.
I just
Yes,
wanted
I've lost my sending stone. I must have it deactivated.
Adidas.
I do need your security ID.
Very
Your
nice.
mother's Maiden's last name.
I need the last 3 digits on your credit card. The numbers are located on the back under the black.
Vlad, why do you need this?
Yeah,
Also,
yeah.
what are your battle plans?
Also,
Also,
I
what
need
are
to
your
know-
battle plans?
also,
All your base.
organ donor.
All your
Oh.
base are belong to us.
To us.
So we have sending stones.
Yeah, you have sending
Yeah.
stones. God, we're getting sidetracked. As you all finish your dinner, Sarah gives you your sending stones and says, "All right, we're going to make your way toward Tsukiyomi's observatory. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, can help guide you all at least."
That'd be good.
Amaterasu looks and says, "Guide them? I think you can at least teleport them once there."
It would be mighty helpful.
Or we could just teleport.
Because since we can teleport you back to Amaterasu's temple once we activate Tsukiyomi's observatory.
Yeah.
That is true. You know,
Actually, why don't you just join us for the whole entire expedition?
physically, I straight up can't.
No, that's completely fair. I'm
Literally
not
has
going to force you.
3-3-year-old children. And
Yeah.
his wife is the son. That's rough, buddy.
That's rough, buddy.
That's rough, bud.
But I can at least help expedite a little bit and get you all there a bit faster.
I appreciate it.
Of course. Alrighty.
By
Follow
the way,
me.
dinner was amazing. Thank you both.
Of course. And thank you for your help, Mr. Vanessa.
Yeah, no problem.
I was going to laugh at Mr. It's like, well, it's more you helped me, but alright.
No, I don't have an amazing go.
Yeah,
But
as
you like the cooking.
I do like the cooking.
better like the cooking.
I'm all about that cooking.
Yeah, as he and Amaterasu get up to guide you all out the door. Aya, before you step out the door, you feel a tug at your shirt.
No.
This is why you don't make connections with them.
Don't worry, I got it, Cox gun.
As you
Okay.
see Yujo, looking up at you. Promise to come back soon?
Aw.
I'll take that
Yes.
as a... Okay.
Once you get your son, they'll never fucking leave you alone.
As she gives you just a hug around the leg. Thank you for talking to me.
You're welcome, and remember, it's okay to be uncomfortable, but it's never okay to be unsafe. She touches her forehead to hers.
Yeah, you have to like bend all the way down. Yeah. And she just smiles and just goes back to her room with her brothers. And as you all walk out, Saran locks up the door, all the sigils go away, and you all are back in the temple. As he walks out, it's a little bit later in the day, but no, it's still pretty early in the afternoon.
Hey, we're gonna get 2 of these done in the same day?
Well, thanks for having us over.
Definitely appreciate it.
But of course, I'd love to have you all over again at some point.
Yeah, that'd be good. We should
That's-
invite a few of the other overseers, if well, I don't want to intrude on that whole deal, but
Amaterasu just says, if I could get my sister out of wherever she is.
Your
So-
sister's the moon, right?
Yes, Tsukiyomi.
yeah.
Love her to death, but she is hard to invite out to places sometimes.
Well, we're going over to the observatory, so I mean, who knows? Maybe we could talk to her.
If you see her there, she tends to stay on the move quite a bit, so... But, so long as you treat her places with much respect as you did mine, it's likely.
So eat everything that's growing.
You know, oddly enough, not a lot of fruit there, more so vegetables.
Eat all the vegetables
Ooh.
that are growing.
Veggies are still good.
They have
Still good.
she does grow a lot of carrots and potatoes.
Oh, potatoes. Love those.
All right,
Lot of,
a lot of the roots.
Yeah, a lot of herbs as well. Some various types of lettuces, all that good stuff.
I need to go there.
I don't think this is up for discussion anymore. We're leaving now.
Yeah, no, I need to go there.
Well, much like my abode, you are free to take as much you like. Just don't take all of it. It's also
Good
a
to
bad
know.
idea anyway, because if you did take all of it, a lot of it would rot. There's a metric shit ton, as is to say.
Yeah. Well, don't worry. I've only got some plan for it.
Some? You are a cook.
Yeah.
I would hope you have more than just some.
No.
Now,
Anyways,
whenever Enos says he has some plans, he doesn't say he has some plans. He has all the plans.
well, yeah, that's. Sorry, I'm just still thinking. This is gonna be good.
I wish you all the best of luck. And please,
Hey,
don't hesitate
same to you.
stop by.
It was good meeting you.
You as well. She gives you a nice handshake. Very well then. Saran, do
All
your
right.
stuff. And Saran says, alright. As just a different kind of arcane energy than he's used to showing. He has just a lot of Keyblade magic. This is different. If you want, I'll let you make a history check at advantage, Mr. Verness.
Let's see. You said religion? Sorry?
History.
It's. Yeah. Ugh. Not great. 11.
You don't really remember him showing off much of this magic, but it feels a little draconic.
Okay.
As a circle of lightning and ice just surround you all, and in like a whipping storm, you all are teleported across the river. Still quite a bit away, but in an instant, you see the observatory before you.
All right.
Oh.
So are we linked to it now, or do we need to...
We need to activate it first.
Gotcha.
Which, it's right up here up the way.
Let's go.
Get it.
Yeah, and near the entrance, and again, you don't really see anyone who would have prying eyes on this place. So, you don't have to hide it too much. And as all of you extend your crystals out, same ritual as before. The sphere springs to life, as the two rings are now floating as well. And no roll required on perception. You now see there's a third star on your crystal.
All right.
This one of a much lighter purple.
Much lighter what?
Purple.
Gotcha.
Okay. Well, this is easy.
Yeah, it's as easy as finding it. At least with these two, the teleport spheres were right on their door. I imagine some of them will probably be a little more hidden.
Yeah.
We found...
Do we have a map where all of them are?
Oh, yeah. I would say at least Melkai would probably have a map of the world.
I do.
Yeah.
I keep that shit on me.
You basically have a map that matches what's on Foundry. But yeah. Saran says, alright. With that, I'm gonna have to head back. But if you happen upon anything, just let me know.
Got it.
Of course, only a call away.
All right.
All of you,
Be safe.
you as well, my friend. All of you take care of yourselves.
See you later, Saran.
As he ends up teleporting away, and you all are left at the door of Tsukiyomi's observatory, and we are gonna end off there for the night.
All right.
All right. Marvelous.
Marvelous. But thank you all so much for joining us on Broken Couch, and we will see you all next Thursday. Hopefully with less worms.
Please.
All the worm. A pile of.
I said the word worms once. I said it 5 times since we started.
It wasn't. We do have to clarify. It wasn't just you who started the worm conversation. There were other people that contributed to it.
I instigated it though, and I take full accountability.
Just shit out a giant ball of worm